And welcome everyone to a very special stream of On the Ring Apron, a special we're doing in combination with Mania Club for an opportunity to raise money for cancer awareness. You'll have to forgive me if I'm staring at my screen. I'm trying to do multiple things at once here, but I am going to be sharing it here with Mania Club here shortly, so that way we can be able to get as much on here as possible. But it is our goal to try to get as many people on here as we possibly can. So give me a minute here to share this over with the Mania Club team, and then we will go from there. So let's see. Live stream now. And if you're watching on anywhere other than the Mania Club Facebook page, you now have the ability to be able to join us. Because we are going to be doing some fun stuff as well as a few giveaways. Kia, Alyssa, as well as the rest of the fam are all here. So with that being in mind, let's go ahead and hop into it here. As our goal, of course, is to raise charity as part of Mania Club's Champions of Hope Foundation. This, of course, as you're well aware, is September, which is Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month. It's when we kind of put all of our ducks, if you will, in a row. We put all of our money in the same basket, and TME means more than ever. So we are using our platform at On the Ring Apron along with Mania Club to get this opportunity to try to raise money. Now, that being said, we do have a special opportunity, and you can see the little stream going across the bottom there, but we do have the opportunity for anyone that joins our stream to donate to our cause. That is mcchamps.org. The stream or the website will go across the bottom here in just a moment. Anybody who makes a donation of at least $25 to our cause during our 2-hour stream is going to have an opportunity to be put in a drawing to win some of our replica side plates. And Demario and who knows who else is going to be joining us here, throughout this. They'll be in the chat. It's all available down in the bottom corner. So if anybody does happen to want to, contribute anything else to it, we would be more than happy to be able to bring you guys into the fold and, have an opportunity to be able to raise as much money as possible. Now, one of the questions we're going to get asked, what if I donate more than 25? Every $25 increment is going to put you in again. So if you donate 50, you get 2 names inside of the drawing. You can put in 3 or 75, you get 3. Every little bit helps as we close in on our $30,000 yearly goal. We're under $3,000 away from being there. Not sure we'll hit it during this stream, but, can always dream, can always hope. That's what we're here for. But we are going to be doing all three of our On the Ring Apron shows simultaneously during all of this. And we're going to open up with my show, which is called Plate Exchange. And I've got a fun little intro for y'all. So let's see it. Yeah, I love those little moving logos. What do y'all think? But each of you that have been a part of this, thank you guys, everybody that's sharing this live up till now. We did get a very small sponsorship from our local Chick-fil-A down the road who heard we were doing this for things. So we get to use our usual speech. Kia and Alyssa will say it. Chick-fil-A, give us free stuff. And it's our pleasure. It really is. To do this for you. So we appreciate our local Chick-fil-A down here in Fayetteville for giving us such a helping hand. We appreciate it. But either way, we're going to get started on Plate Exchange. And as I said, the fam is going to get an opportunity to be able to be a part of all this. So first of all, let me activate my ones behind you. The first one I want to begin with is we're going to begin, let's see, that's Anna. Or no, it's Ava. So Ava, you can go ahead and come on around. And the first one that we are going to do besides the Women's World title is going to be the NXT Tag Team titles. That is going to be this one right here. That one right there. So open that shelf, the things at the top, the metal bars at the top. Pull that and grab just that second one. So the first one we're going to talk about is the Women's World Championship. As you can see, we do have that one, and we have the WWE Championship over here on the side. And you'll just place that right there for me and then have a seat. The reason why this one is up here is because these are the two championships that we currently have that are not going to need a plate exchange. Two of them are for obvious reasons. We'll begin with the Women's World title. You see it over here on my left, although it's smaller now. The reason why this one doesn't have it is because there currently is no Women's World Champion. The title was previously held by Naomi, who, of course, has vacated the championship due to finding out that she is expecting her and Big Jim are expecting their first child. So we're excited for the opportunity for them and their family to get to enjoy the joys of parenthood, if you will. But also at the same time, it does mean we need a new Women's World Champion, and that is going to be decided this upcoming Saturday at WrestlePalooza when Io Sky goes one-on-one with Stephanie Vaquer. We will be talking more about that when we get into our top rope spoiler sections, so hang with us, but we are going to talk about that here in a little bit. But with that being the case, we're going to go ahead and move into our talks here for the NXT Tag Team Championships, which Miss Ava over here has so graciously provided for us. The last time that we did a plate exchange, and it's been about 6 months, Fraxium was currently holding the championships, and that is the side plates that we had on there at the time. There's the Axiom ones over on the side, and we are going to get you closer views of these as we move closer or as we complete each one. But moving over into, let's see, where is my, there it is. But let me go ahead and drop this in here. We want to put that one on there. But that is our NXT Tag Team Championship board of where we have gotten since Fraxium ultimately ended up winning the championship, and it is currently held by NXT Rogue Group Dark State. Now, since then, Fraxium, when we did our last plate exchange, they lost the titles at NXT on NXT television to Chase U for a couple of weeks. And then ultimately they won them back at No Mercy in Denver. Alyssa and I were at that one. So if you follow our YouTube page, you can go back and see the videos of that as we go along. Fraxium would hold the championship for several months and would hold it all the way until Stand and Deliver, where they would lose to the team of Hank and Tank. They had been on a very long losing streak at that particular moment, but were able to find a way to get things taken care of. They supported the tag team division all the way until August, where then at NXT Heatwave, they lost it to Dark State, who currently holds the championship, and that is where we will be standing going into this one. I'm going to keep this up until, my plates are off. But you can see here, and I'm going to pass these over to Miss Ava, who can give them to either Kia or Alyssa. They're off to the right. You'll be seeing them here in a little bit for their segment, which is called Pour the Tea. They love to discuss their little things, but you'll also, no doubt, hear some chatter as we go along. Go ahead and give those to Miss Kia. You can just lean over the table or reach over. It's up to you. But that way our people can see the Fraxium plates that we previously had on there. It's very sharp. Bling, bling. And then we have in our blessing the Dark State plates that have been on here. We will give you a closer look of these here in just a couple of minutes. So we're going to go ahead and place this box over here. And I'm going to put these in place. But in the meantime, I'm going to put the comments up here so that way we can be able to see. So I see Teresa, DeMario, Mikey Jr., you a goat. So everybody, with an opportunity to be here. We want as many people and as many opportunities to be a part of it as possible because, again, as it says across the bottom, anybody who during this live stream contributes any interval of $25, that being the minimum, and shows the screenshot either here in our live stream or submits it to DeMario, who is our moderator for this one, will have the opportunity to be entered into a drawing to win a set of side plates from our collection. We have a nice long list of ones you can choose from. So there are lots of opportunities. And at the end of the day, even without just the plates being involved, you're donating, of course, to a wonderful cause that we greatly support to try to continue our fight here during Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month. So while we're up here, anybody in our chat get an opportunity to also meet our newest family members. We've got Ava here to our left. She just turned 9 last week. So Mikey, you might be in a little bit of danger of losing your co-host spot over there with Tony if she decides she wants to get behind the mic. But that'll be up to her if she wants to do that. And there will no doubt be some other beautiful faces, not mine, don't worry, during all of this. Hey, red light comes on, I get my joy on. So, I'm going to have fun while I do this. But either way, we do have the plates on here. We do have one that is one of these rivets is being a little uncooperative. But we are going to go ahead and show that off. And then I'm going to have Ava take this around to Miss Kia. But this is our, yep, there it went. So we'll fix that here in a minute. But as you can see, the plate exchange is complete. So I am going to give this to Miss Ava. She's going to take it around to either Miss Kia or Miss Alyssa. And we'll get a chance to show you here in just a moment. In the meantime, while they're doing that, we're going to welcome in little sister number 2. And that is Anna, if she is around that corner. So she should be appearing here shortly. You are dismissed. We'll see you here in a little bit. You'll get another turn here in a moment. Demario wants to know if the tea is sweet or not.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We here in the South, that tea's sweet. Go ahead, Anna. Come on in. Welcome into the live cast. You are going to be getting me the Women's United States Championship, which is going to be this one. So if you will pull that out for me, you just now grab the little metal piece right there, pull back. You got to give it a little bit of a yank. Come on. There you go. And then that third one right there. Exactly. And while we're showing that off, go ahead and close that for me. And then you can come take a seat right over here. But you can be my little Vanna White here and show this off while we're doing so. But this is our second of the ones that we're talking about here. I guess third if you include the Women's World. We are going to break here after this one to do our first top rope spoiler section where Kia and Alyssa will have an opportunity to be able to give us a quick preview and predictions on WrestlePalooza coming up this Saturday and who we have our matches for. But let me bring up the stats here for the Women's United States Championship. That was definitely not the one I wanted. So we're going to put that there. There we go.
Thank you, Teresa.
Yeah, Teresa, thank you so much. Pat, happy Champions Month. Absolutely to you as well. So we are talking about the Women's United States Championship. There's only been 3 champions up to this stage. That was, of course, the inaugural champion, Chelsea Green, Zelina Vega, and then you had Julia, who currently holds the championship. We actually have never done a plate exchange with this one. This is actually going to be one of several titles that we're going to have throughout today. Miss Kia, if you'll come snag this. This is the rivet that I couldn't get back in on the tag title, so we'll need to get that straightened up here in a little bit. But this will be our first opportunity to be able to put new plates on the Women's United States Championship. Let me zoom back in here so they can see Anna's pretty face. Now, no, this is not Ava, the one that was just here a moment ago. This is Anna. She is completely different and completely separate, although they do look very similar because they were only born 25 minutes opposite of each other. She was the one that decided to pop out first, I think.
I'm the older one.
The older one, that's right. Confident. And you know what? And on their birthday last week, she wasted no time reminding her sister, like, hey, when I was your age, I ate cereal this morning, So a beautiful opportunity for her. But either way, we're excited to have, we've always been excited to have Alyssa here in our home, but now an opportunity to have her little siblings who each come with their own distinct personalities and everything else, to say the least. But if y'all have anything y'all want to know about, don't embarrass us too much on this stream, but anything that you want to ask of any of us or any of the youngins during this process, you are more than welcome to do so. I've got one rivet to go. As I said, I've never had to swap this one before, so you're getting the factory installed tight ones up to this stage. There we go. So those are out. And as you can see, the generic plates, nothing special, just your general, W and whatnot, nothing special about those. But we are going to move those over here, and they will be replaced by our plates for Julia. We did have Zelina Vega's ready to go, but Zelina ultimately not able to hold on to the championship until it was done. So those go in there. And then our Julia plates are simplistically looking like that. And we will give you an opportunity to get a closer look here in just a moment. Yep. But anybody that's in our chat or anything, again, remember our little thing that we've got going across the bottom. We are using this as our TME opportunity for Champions Month. And a big shout out also from all of us to Demario, who's the one who pulled a lot of the legwork, and I don't know if there's any paperwork or anything to give us this opportunity. I want to hope that we're going to put on a great show for you. I promise the ladies have some fun topics that we're going to get some good crowd interaction in there as well. Demario with an I love Julia. Do you love Julia as much as Jada Parker though? Let's get to the real questions here. There's a pour the tea topic for you.
First of all, this is why we don't say nothing when Demario comes for you in the comments. This is why right here. We're asking these questions, right? Asking the questions.
Well, we shaved head men gotta stick together, right? But right. Either way, no, I will say, I'm a big fan. I do think they're pushing Julia a little quicker than I think she was going to. But I just hope they do it justice, because the one thing about the mid-card titles is that you need those championships to serve a purpose. You need them to be here. Teresa Cobb can't wait to participate. Mikey Jr. sad Zelina lost the title, but Julia's a badass. Are you allowed to say that, Mikey?
Whoa.
That's okay. Hey, you know what, Tony, you know what, you bring that to us, okay? He's on our time for that hour, so any curse words are on us. So you can bring that to us, but I love what Julia's doing, and she is absolutely making it look good. And I also like the fact that they found a way to get Kiana James back in there. Excuse my language around the kids.
No, do we think she's a good fit with her coming back for Julia?
I think she's a good, type of, I'm drawing a blank here, ballet or whatever you want to call it. But I think it ends up working out perfectly for her. And as you can see, our plate exchange is complete. So we're going to let Anna take this around to Miss Kia. And we are going to give you a good close-up look of that. And then we have hit our first 20-minute marker. So it is time for a breaking news, which is going to pop up here on our side. There you go. There's our Julia plates. And we are going to move over into top rope spoilers. So switch this over here. Boy, doing this without a moderator is not as simplistic as it looks, but I'm going to shut that off here and give us an opportunity to do so. But the ladies are going to spin back around here and join us, but that gives me a second to, I was going to say run the logo, but we don't have to. So say hello to Kia and Alyssa for the very first time.
Hey, y'all know y'all used to seeing us.
Hey.
But there they are, and we promised they'd be here, and they're going to get a segment all their own here in just a little while. We're going to get about halfway through our belts and then move on from there. But let me get to the top rope spoilers card, where that way we can be able to get our first match we're going to talk about, and that is between the Usos of Jimmy and Big Jim and main event Jey Uso against the Vision, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. Now, obviously, Jay has had his problems with the Vision up to the stage. Jimmy now coming over. A lot of people are semi-projecting that he's kind of, the part of the trade that Sammy came over from SmackDown when he got moved over. So it is curious to see how, of course, the Usos have tagged together for years. But the question is, how are they going to be able to gel after being, not working together, at least as a unit, for as long as they have, while Breaker and Reed seem to be hitting their stride, as long as it's not a one-on-one against Roman Reigns. But we'll see how all that manages to play itself out. But we'll go ahead and move back here to where you can see all of us. But we're going to keep these brief, but this essentially covers our Top Rope Spoiler Show. I currently am in the lead. I am going to take the Usos. I think it's right for them to be able to push the opportunity for them to be a part of, you need to rebuild them back up. Obviously, they're going to take some L's along the way, but also, of course, the tease of Jay's potential heel turn. So we will ultimately see how that ends up managing to pan itself out as I go ahead and drop our scoreboard for the season down there. Alyssa, you're up next. Who you got?
I'm also going to take the Usos. I mean, the vision is great. I mean, they're coming out of the gate hot. They're doing everything you need them to do. But just because the Usos have been on a break for a year, 3, 4, whatever amount of years they've been on a break, 40 years of being twins and working and together doesn't just go away because y'all have been on separate shows.
Absolutely.
Can't ignore that chemistry. So I'm going to take the Usos.
Kia, what about you?
Y'all already know Kia is in love with the Uso Penitentiary, baby. So she with the Usos all day, every day. I ride with them. So, and like Alyssa was stating, you live together, you work together, y'all been together, y'all grew up together. I mean, you don't, like Alyssa stated, you don't just get rid of that like fight mentality, chemistry. That doesn't go nowhere just because y'all don't wrestle for a long period of time.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just like
You don't forget how to wrestle together.
With all respect, it's like they're twins. It's like any twin, Anna and Ava. Just if they separate and go, it doesn't mean that they are not sisters or they're not twins. They're not going to know what the other's thinking.
Right.
Though they are twins, they are brothers. They are going to work well together. They are my pick.
And even if Jay decides to go off the rails, that's fine. You know, Jimmy gonna be over there like, well,
we going together.
Yes, we're going together because they go together any other time,
right?
But that's who we got.
I like the comment from Matt, the twinuition.
Right,
there you go. Somebody throw that in there, but it works out well.
Now Anna and Ava are gonna take that to school and say we did twin.
The twinuation.
Twinuation.
Does anybody have a trademark on that yet? We need to figure that out. But either way, ladies, thank you for now. We're going to continue. We're going to do the entire card as we go along, but we are going to drop those every little bit. So they will return, and I believe that would be Addison that's up next. So we're going to have her come on around. Come on down. Wait, I'm not allowed to say that or I'll get copyrighted. So let me flip this back over to Plate Exchange, turn off the breaking news. And you, Miss Addison, are going to be doing the World Tag Team titles, and that is going to be our one up there in the top corner. So just grab the little metal piece up there on the top and bring those on around. And this has been a set of, it's been a title belt that definitely has had its ups and downs as we've gone along, because this is the one that everyone was fussing that, oh, Judgment Day never defends. Judgment Day just has him, but they just want him for the clubhouse. But, inevitably it is what it is. We go ahead and put their photo up there, and I'm sure Kia will have absolutely no objection to that particular choice of photo.
I sure will with him to my Irishman. Y'all know I love him, JD. Ben.
Matt saying as long as he gets his royalties for the twinuition, he wants it. Give me my royalties. I get it. But we've actually never done one for the World Tag Titles. This used to, of course, be the Raw Tag Team title, so it is just the standard generics, but we do have the Judgment Day's plates, and we've actually had theirs for some time now. But they did lose those back in December to the War Raiders on Monday Night Raw, and inevitably would hold them all the way until night one of WrestleMania, where they would lose them to the New Day. The new Day. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, the new Day.
I'm loving the hat in terms of Xavier being in mourning. But
yes, the big old hat.
The oversized Kung Lao from Mortal Kombat hat.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it's a Kentucky Derby first hat. Yeah.
One of those hats you see at the Kentucky Derby. My goodness. But then the Judgment Day would go on to beat the New Day to win them back, and they are currently at 80 days as champion, dating all the way back to June 30th. So it's been a little bit since the New Day dropped them. They've been in mourning, but you see them starting to work their way. They took a shot at the AAA tag titles. this last week on Worlds Collide, but unable to get it done. And now it is currently held by the Judgment Day. Welcome to the stream, Andy. If you read across the bottom, donations equals chances to win some prizes. So definitely jump in here. DeMario, I think, said some autographs might be in there as well. So some opportunities. I might need to. Am I allowed to donate to my own stream?
Good night.
Like, is that how this works? I can't win my own plates, but they are what they are. But either way, we'll remove these off of the World Tag titles. Again, just the standard W's. Nothing special really about those. And we're going to put those inside of the Judgment Day box we have here. And move those over here to the side. And that will allow us to be able to show off our Judgment Day plates. And again, just like we did before, we will show a closer view of them, but it's strictly, just the Judgment Day logo, available. Very nice, very sharp, bling, bling. All right. You want to just place those right there. But to my right here, this is Addison. This is big sister to Anna and Ava. Woot, as we call her here in this house. So if you ever hear a woot woot, we are. She's a teenager, and DeMario says yes, we can win our own stuff. I will pay to keep my own stuff here. But she's a teenage girl, which means if I am here to do anything, and that is to find little ways to embarrass her in front of her friends. How do I hook this to her middle school's website, where that way everybody can see her at her finest through all of this?
Oh yeah,
she'll never go back.
Make them face, girl. We got you. Stickers coming.
Stickers coming. But either way, the one thing we will give Addison credit for is she is the uber big sister. She absolutely is fantastic for her twinsies, despite the fact that she's outnumbered virtually 2-1 at every turn. But she's got enough of a voice and enough of a maturity that she does very well under the circumstances. So her help towards our household is nothing short of amazing. And again, it's our goal to let the youngins, have their opportunities here and there to be able to be part of our streams as we go along. So we definitely want the opportunity to be able to let them be a part of it.
Absolutely.
One rivet to go here. These particular plates are being just a bit stubborn. Again, another belt to which we had never done an exchange before. So it's having to put these back in place. But I think I have it. Or maybe I don't. Oh well. Either way, it's on there. It's on there enough because we are obviously on a time limit. So I'm going to give this to Miss Addison here, but you can see the Judgment Day plates are on. If that rivet falls out of the back, we'll fix it up here in a little bit. Normally I have that kind of extra time, but unable to do so. There went one. Oh well. And get a chance to let the crowd see our plates here. There you go. But Judgment Day, nothing too genuinely special about theirs, but something else. All right, so now we're circling around. Landon, you gonna be a part of this? All right, watch the language. But obviously, you've met Landon. Landon, you will be getting us the NXT Women's North American. That is going to be this one right here.
All right.
So that's going to be the one for you. Those of you who have been to Mania Club functions, you know who Landon is. He definitely has played a role in multiple events, a one-time household 24/7 champion. It's important. Cassius has been holding that title. He's closing in on Roman Reigns-esque numbers. Watch your feet, because we got cords under there.
Okay.
But Landon has been a part of this and also proudly wears the Mania Club jerseys whenever possible. So we love for him to have the opportunity to be a part of this as well. This is for the NXT Women's North American Championship, one of my personal favorites due to its first champion, Kalani Jordan. But that championship has changed hands a few times and is currently in the hands of definitely WWE and NXT fan favorite Sol Ruka, who also, of course, is a double champ, as she also holds the Women's Speed Championship, which she will defend at No Mercy in 2 weeks. The Women's North American Championship, as we stated, was won in Las Vegas originally by Kalani Jordan in a ladder match. She would hold it all the way until Halloween Havoc, where fighting her third consecutive match in a row against members of Fatal Influence would lose to Fallon Henley to give Fatal Influence their first set of gold since becoming a group. Inevitably, she would be defeated by Stephanie Vaquer in February at Vengeance Day, despite continuous opportunities to interfere from Fatal Influence. She would hold the championship for 2 weeks before vacating the championship, as we've seen competitors such as Keith Lee with the men's championship a bunch of years ago have an opportunity to basically open the door, and the championship would inevitably be defended and won at Stand and Deliver by Sol Ruca, also in a ladder match to kind of hold that North American championship tradition of always being defended in a ladder match somehow. And Sol has held it, now currently sitting as of this day at 152 days as champion. The generic place, since again, we've never used these before, is just your generic NXT side plates. Nothing special on those, but we will have an opportunity to switch these over to our Sol Ruca plates, which has her logo on them. So we're going to flip these over here. But yeah, so far, we're happy with the crowd interaction. Hopefully we'll get some more folks that'll jump in as we go along here. But again, thank you to everyone who's being a part of this. There's going to be some giveaways to those who donate. So anybody who has an opportunity to contribute the M in TME, we are giving away some side plates. DeMario says we have some autographs that we're going to give out to anyone that donates at least $25 during the period of our stream, and does so and make sure that either you post your comment here or that you have an opportunity to be able to send it over to DeMario. And as long as we get it by the end of our stream, which is scheduled to be at 8 o'clock, we will net you the ability to be able to enter the drawing for some prizes. But of course, happy Champions Month to everyone. I hope everyone has been contributing as much as possible, and we're grateful for the opportunity to be able to be a part of it all. So anyway, Landon, you guys, Teresa, we appreciate it. Landon, you're kind of our unofficial spokesperson outside of our group, but how do you feel about, what Mania Club is doing and how we're handling things towards fighting things like childhood cancer and other things?
There's only one way I can say it. It's 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
Yeet. We appreciate the enthusiasm, and yes, he does have this level of energy most days, every day. But we definitely appreciate him being willing to speak up for the club. He's bringing that younger generation into it, I suppose, or the really younger generation, along with folks like and things. Teresa says yeet as well.
Yeah.
But definitely some opportunities. But we're glad that we get to be a part of it. And Mania Club does so many amazing things. It's incredible when you think that it was originally just 2 guys sharing a couple of parking spaces at MetLife, all those years ago, and now it's done. But either way, our plate exchange is complete. Sol Ruca has found her way onto our Women's North American. So Landon, you're going to go hand this to either Kia or Alyssa so they can show it off, and we're going to move on to our next one more, and then we're going to hit our second breaking news report. But there you see the Sol Ruca plates, now part of our plate exchange there, so we appreciate it. All right, and we're back around to Ava again. So Ava, you can go and come on back. So she'll get her second turn here, and we're going to be doing the United States Championship belt, which is going to be this one right here. And this one was one that almost threw us off for our stream because the title just changed hands within the last 2 weeks, and we weren't sure if we were going to be able to get these particular plates in time, but we were able to get our hands on them within the last week or so. That one's a bit heavier than the others, but I'm confident she can handle it, and she can. Good job. Yeah, anybody who's never held the United States, this thing is significantly heavier than all the others. So it is goodness gracious. But the United States Championship is one that we've held since we got this one during the pandemic originally. Definitely heavier. I think only the world heavyweight is the only one that kind of matches up with it in terms of size. We'll see that one a little bit later. I know you can get Mania Club jerseys from MC Champs. Also, of course, we have events, especially WrestleMania, obviously, where you have an opportunity to be able to purchase our updated ones. But I think if DeMario, if you wouldn't mind, can you throw some information in there on anyone who is interested in a Mania Club jersey? Because we've got, I think we started our very first one. I think we got 36 was the first one that we jumped in. That was the red one that Anna had on.
Yeah.
I'm wearing one of our two models from this year, the black one. There's also a white version. I have that too. I might switch into it in between my segments and let you see the other one. And then Landon had on the green version of the one from WrestleMania 40 a few minutes ago. That was for Philadelphia. There was also an orange version and a red jersey for the TME for the folks who were recognized as putting in that extra layer of effort, and we were honored to get to be a part of that.
Let's not forget about your co-host who's wearing one also.
Mm-hmm. So you can stand up for just a moment so they can see you behind that belt. But that is from WrestleMania 38, which was in Dallas. Honestly, I argue that might be my favorite one up to this point. I'm, first of all, big fan of the blue, but also at the same time, an opportunity. The material's just a little bit lighter than what we have now, but sometimes that's not a bad thing. But, she loves to show up and show out. And I'm really glad with this year's version that they came back to being able to go back to presenting him in a way that, lets us do the personalization.
Right.
But let me get my stats up here. I'm sorry, I kind of dropped the ball there. But the current champion is Sami Zayn. As I said, we were worried that we had the solo plates for a while, thought we were going to be solid. But the last time we did a plate exchange, LA Knight was the champion, and we do have his plates here. I'm going to widen the screen here again, just so that way you can get a chance to see him here real quick. But we do have the LA Knight plates that were previously on our championship belt. Very nice. Very pretty. Exactly. Bling, bling. But let me throw this back on here and get a chance to see it. But, of course, LA Knight was beaten at night one of WrestleMania by the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, when he was still a member of Solo's family at the time, or his, tribe, or MFT, if you will. But ultimately, all gas, no brains, or whatever he said it was, caused him to leave the group. But it would inevitably be Solo Sikoa that would take the championship off of the Samoan werewolf at Night of Champions, because obviously thanks to a huge amount of help. Kia and Alyssa were none too pleased about that one for sure.
I mean, no, not really. First of all, when it comes to Solo, you had your turn. Give it to the better man, and you took the title off the better man with the help of your more or less your lackeys.
That's it. So it is what it is, and managed to go how it went. But inevitably, Solo would hold the title for just a hair over about 2 months, and then he would lose on SmackDown a couple of weeks ago to Sami Zayn. We had the Solo plates; they were ready to go. Then they had Sami win it. And luckily, there has been just enough of a lull to where nobody has changed titles recently, to where we were able to have all of our plates available and ready to go for this particular show.
Honestly, I'm glad to see Sami with the title.
Yeah.
If anything, he's probably, in my opinion, he's one of the hardest workers or wrestlers that you have, honestly, on the show. So, yeah.
We love to use the term cockroach mentality when it comes to him.
Right.
So,
No, for real. It's not a bad thing. We promise. It's not. We've explained it.
Well, I mean, for those who are new to this, feel free to, explain what we mean when we say Sami has kind of a cockroach mentality.
It's like no matter how many times you knock him down, no matter how many times you sit there and count him out, no matter how many times people pick at him, talk mess about him, sit there and tell him he can't do things. Karen. He always comes back. He's always coming back. Like you never, Like a lot
No
of
matter
people
how many
get knocked
times you
down,
step on him,
right? No matter how many times you get knocked down, no matter how many times you knock that mug off the ceiling, they are still alive. They be crawling. They be keeping on going until they meet the cat. But that's not the point.
until they meet the
point
cat.
is-
That's how it usually ends for him in our house, at least.
The point is, no matter how many times you sit there and tell somebody you can't do something, he's gonna continue to prove you wrong, and we admire that here in this house. So, what do you think?
He has a lot of heart, you know. And it's not just him; it's also his best friend, who at the present moment I believe is still injured. Kevin Owens has a lot of heart. So yeah, I mean,
Man, they have the most heart.
most heart.
The most heart.
Like it's crazy work.
Great.
Well, this one of the plates is being extremely uncooperative right now. We cannot.
For our life,
Yeah, one of them is refusing to it's refusing to pop into place, so it's not being helpful whatsoever. If I can at least get one of the rivets in place, then we'll be set. If not, we'll just have to show off the one that I was able to get done, and then we'll have to move on. Yep. Well, I mean, it happens. Most of the time, you know, we're not on much of a time limit, so, you know, I have a little more freedom to be able to do so. There we go. Now it's grabbing it. So I think we're okay, and I think I've got this one hooked in. But let me go ahead and get the screen back up here to allow it, Miss Ava to show off her pretty smile and everything else yet again.
Today there was a cockroach in our class.
Excellent. So Sami Zayn was in your classroom? Ah! Oh, goodness. We got him. You want to take this around to Miss Kia for me? This is our United States. But we've got those. Okay. And who's coming around? Is it your turn, Miss Anna?
We're doing the next
segment.
Oh, wait. That's right. That's right. We do have, it's time for another breaking news. So hang tight just a second there. But there you see the Sami Zayn plates on those. So those look good. Landed over here with some type of breaking news theme music or something, but we appreciate it. But we are moving back into our top rope spoilers, where we can have an opportunity to be able to talk about WrestlePalooza. So Kia and Alyssa are going to be joining us. I have two more that I'm going to be doing, and then we are going to take a quick break at about the 1 hour mark to let them get set up for Pour the Tea. So two more through that. But we are going into our second match that is on this particular one. Good gracious, ladies. Can't take y'all nowhere.
Or did y'all?
Or did you? Did you hear what
That's when DeMario say, I heard y'all. This
Sorry.
Yes, I heard you.
And, you know, they stand for the comedy.
you know, we pure gold.
Honestly.
Pure gold, huh? That's what we're going for. That's what we shoot for.
Oh,
But either way, this is our second match on the particular one.
The best match out here first.
Well, believe it or not, I mean, every match is supposed to be a solid one, but that is our matchup for the vacant Women's World Championship, as Io Sky will go up one-on-one against Stephanie Vaquer this upcoming Saturday for the championship that was vacated by Naomi after she announced her pregnancy. Io, of course, the former world champion before Naomi's cash-in at Evolution. Vaquer has been on a steady rise, winning the Battle Royal at Evolution to become the number one contender, but was unable to get her championship match at Clash in Paris. She now gets her one-on-one opportunity against Io Sky as we go further into it. So we turn to our ladies here to return back to full screen here. But Alyssa, you would be up first on this one. Who do we have and why?
All right, so this was a head and heart pick. Honestly, they're both heart picks, but I like Stephanie Vaquer. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been going back and forth because Io is so talented and Stephanie is so talented. Honestly, I just hope everybody has a good match. But you know,
answer without answering.
Well, no, I mean, I hope everybody gets a good match, but I think it's time for Stephanie to take that next big step. She has won Battle Royale. She has been showcasing her talent since back in her NXT days. Like, she has been unstoppable. She made history in NXT, and she's going to continue to do it here. So I like Stephanie to win.
All right, Kia.
I mean, y'all know I'm a big EO fan. I love EO from the moment, Mae Young Classic, NXT, her rise to the main roster. I honestly, the only reason I'm not picking EO, and it's not because I don't want her to win, I feel like there's going to be some type of shenanigans with the Kabuki Warriors, and it may not even be the Pirate Princess. It will be Asuka, who I feel like has
Katie!
I feel like I feel like she has had a lot of aggression. It's been passive. It's been just right there in your face, and it's just like that's my heart pick. It will always be my heart pick, but I have to go with my head, and I can see Stephanie, warding off because Stephanie seems like it doesn't matter who she's in the ring with, she's gonna ward off everybody, everyone. So honestly, I'm gonna have to go with Walker.
Okay. For very similar reasons, but for not the reasons that you may think, I'm going to go with EO. I think Vaquer's immediate rise to the top has to have a foil somewhere along the pathway. And I think that what inevitably will happen is the interference of the Kabuki Warriors and potentially Rhea Ripley as well will inevitably lead to EO being the one to take advantage of the chaos the best. There's also, of course, some discussion about will a crazed Bailey forget that she's no longer members of Damage Control and will come out to help EO, but then regain her senses. So it's all dependent upon who you ask. Vaquer is going to win the championship at some point, and sooner rather than later. But I am going to go with the sure thing right now, and I'm going to go with EO.
Okay, well, when he loses that point,
I will still. If I lose that point, I'll still have the lead. You see it down there at the bottom. We did include the link whenever we do our shows. So if you want to get an opportunity to put in a vote to represent what we call our Otras, you can do so. 2 belts to go here. So ladies, we'll see you here in a couple minutes, but they'll be back in about 10 minutes to do their show. But we are going to go ahead and move back to Miss Anna here. So let's return it back to Plate Exchange side over here. So let me get the cute little logo back up here. And we are going to be doing the WWE Women's Championship, which is no. I'm sorry, I can't see. It's actually this one right here. This will be the one where I gotta pull up a little bit here. The third one. The third one. That's the fourth one. I said the third one. She does well in math class. That's the funniest part. She does well. All right. Well, that's fine. We have the right one this time, and that's okay. But it's all right. They're still learning this whole wrestling thing. So now come take a seat. But this is the Women's World Championship, or excuse me, the Women's WWE Championship. Sorry, the World Championship we already talked about. That's the one up here, and the one we just talked about. But this one is currently held by Miss Tiffany Epiphany, if you will, Tiffany Stratton. The last time we did a plate exchange on this one, it was held by Nia Jax, who won it after winning Queen of the Ring last year at SummerSlam and held the championship all the way until a SmackDown in January, where she was successfully cashed in on by the Money in the Bank holder at the time, which was Tiffany Stratton. Now, of course, as has been the case with a significant number of female cash-inners, that's a word. You see, close enough. We're gonna casher-inners, twin-abitions, or twinneration. Merriam-Webster needs to be paying attention. But unlike a lot of them, though, Tiffany has showed up and showed out in her title reign throughout this entire process, as she has defeated Nia Jax a couple of times, and it looks like she may be heading to another rivalry with her. She's defended twice against Jade Cargill. She defended at WrestleMania against Charlotte. She also fought off a handful of possible cash-in attempts by then Miss Money in the Bank Naomi in order to keep the championship gold around her waist. So she has been able to do a very successful job in being able to keep herself as the women's WWE champion, and honestly has become a crowd favorite. I know Alyssa has a pink Tiffany Stratton shirt back there. She might need to show that off in a future episode.
I mean, when Pour the Tea comes up with Miss Tiffany, I
Mm.
got you. I will wear that.
She will wear that to the death.
If memory serves me, I remember somebody told me that I need to burn that shirt.
Miss Cargill, where are you? But yeah, Miss Cargill said, thank you for the photo. Now go burn that shirt, please. But Miss Stratton, as I said, the one thing I'll say though is, I mean, we talk about Vauquer's meteoric rise. You could argue the same about Tiffany Stratton, as she has absolutely been able to provide a number of successful title defenses, and hers has been fun and entertaining as we go along. So, I'm very excited for what we're going to continue to keep seeing out of Tiffany. The only thing you worry about making her a world champion so early in her career is, will she be able to have her character and her love within the WWE, locker room and the universe and whatnot? Will it be able to remain once she no longer has it, regardless of who you lose it to? Because I think she argues that, hey, I've been viewed as the underdog in every match that I have been put in, no matter whether it's Nia, it's Charlotte, it's Jade Cargill, whatever, but she has taken them all on and has walked out without a pretty blonde hair out of place. So congratulations to Miss Stratton, and has definitely become one of the fan favorites in our home. Girls, what time is it when Tiffany comes out? There you go. See, there again, we're working with them, and we'll make sure they get an opportunity. DeMario's joined us on YouTube. He is mentioning our contest and our need to stream here for Champions Month with the Mania Club, as our Tiffany Stratton plates are now on. So we're going to give those to Anna so she can take those around so people can see. But if you donate during this stream, which has just a little over another hour-ish, maybe a little longer left on it, if you donate to our cause and have an opportunity to be able to contribute at least $25, you will be entered into a drawing to either win autographs or a set of side plates of your choosing from our collection here at Plate Exchange. Maybe we'll sign the box or something. I don't know. I don't know if our signatures are worth anything.
I'll sign with some chicken grease.
That's it. Appreciate it, Ashante, for thanks for jumping in here. We always appreciate the love from the powers that be. So thank you very much for the support. One belt to go. We're going to go back to Addison here for the last one we're going to do of this first set, and then we're going to take a real quick break so that way we can be able to do so. I think that's your DM. And your belt is going to be the NXT Championship, which is the one in the second shelf right behind me. That will be the last one of our first half, and we all know the big boy who's been holding on to this one.
Who's holding the NXT Championship? Who's holding that belt?
I don't know his name.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, we're going to throw her away.
Oh,
Throw her away, people.
Can I have the? That's not who it is. That's Karrion Kross in the photo. Why?
I thought you were talking about in the picture.
No, girl.
And that's Karrion Kross. Maybe not Crash My Belts. Give it to me. I promise we take her places. I promise. The NXT Championship, we've actually had multiple versions of it on our show, but this is actually going to be our first exchange with the new updated version that came out later part of last year. So let's throw that information up here, but it is currently held as everyone except for one person was correct in stating it is held by Oba Femi. Oba has been everybody talks about Gunther, holding a championship for 81% of his time. How about 87% for Oba Femi during his time, because he went straight from North American right to the NXT Championship, and for now exactly 250 days today, he has been the NXT Champion. It's not the longest reign, but it's definitely starting to get close to hitting those record-breaking numbers. Of course, he was the longest reigning NXT North American Champion before this, going over 270 days. So definitely some historic opportunities. And you've heard the conversations already been held about Oba that WrestleMania with people like him, Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, the future is super bright for these particular individuals. And Braun Breaker and Oba Femi is destined to be a WrestleMania caliber type of main event at either a WrestleMania or a SummerSlam.
But also, I mean, I could see Oba Femi going up against what's his name? Gunther. That would be, in my opinion, a good match.
Gonna say, let's see who can take that punch the best. But as I stated earlier, we only had just the one. There you go. Brother was inducted into the WWE Circle of Champions at WrestleMania 21. Had to get involved with Mania Club. Teresa, we appreciate your support in this as well as everything that
that's awesome.
you've done. That's a cool thing right there. I don't know if I'll ever be so lucky, but I would love the opportunity to get on the in the fan wing or something like that. Yeah, I'll get in however I can get it, as long as they don't put me next to a certain person who would go on to become president of the United States, I guess. But we're not talking about that here, so keep your head up. We are nothing of supportive. I'm going to say there's always something wrong with you.
Yes.
But either way, Oba Femi, a personal favorite of mine, of course, because anybody who knows who I am knows who I root for also in college football. That would be a Roll Tide. DeMario, can I get a Roll Tide shout out over there from you? But he did track and field while he was at there. Of course, was also recruited for by Nick Saban to play football there for a little while as well. Can you imagine? It was his wish to make a wish. That is so cool, though. So, we love everything that we did. It there's the Roll Tide from there's my Roll Tide from DeMario. But we root for. Let's just say we're enjoying a peaceful weekend this weekend with both the Tide and the Dogs both being off. But next weekend we go to war as the Tide and the Dogs face each other in Athens. So that'll be one where we'll shake hands. Me and Kia and everybody will shake hands, and that'll be the end of it. But our plate exchange is done for the last one of our first half, and right at about the 1 hour mark, so we're right on time. But that is our Oba Femi one, so we're going to give that and let y'all see a close-up of those real quick. But that is going to end at least the first half of our live stream. Again, you see the information at the bottom. If you donate any increment of $25 to Mania Club through mcchamps.org and either put your screenshot in one of the comment sections or show it to DeMario North, you will be entered into a contest to win either some side plates from our personal collection or some autograph opportunities as well. But we're going to step away here for just a minute while we set up the ladies to pour the tea. So give us a couple of minutes. We appreciate all the love and support that we are seeing here. If you have an opportunity during this little break, please subscribe, share especially our stream, so that way we get as many people in here to try to make this possible. But we are going to step away here for a minute, let the girls do some talking while I rest my voice, and we will be right back. So, if you're in the crowd, don't go anywhere. And if you are still in the crowd, bring more people into the crowd.
Yeah.
Either way, we'll be right back.
I thought you were talking about me.
We have children who decided they needed to move around the room and the camera has been moved. So we have to turn it back on temporarily to get
better?
things back. We need it all the way to the end where we can see the belt. Other side.
Other way.
Needed it turned, not moved.
No.
It's about as close as it's
There.
going to get, so that should be fine. All right. So before we get into it, we are at the 1 hour mark. So we are going to do our third one for top rope spoilers real quick. So we are going to hit up our third match here on the card before I have an opportunity to be able to walk away. At some stage, this thing will cooperate with me. Let's see. I don't have it up yet, so I kind of wish we had. You can take a seat, Kia. But let me get this card up here real fast. We can only have so many things up at a single time, and I'm trying to remove them as we go along, but it's sometimes not as simplistic as you might imagine. But we are going to move into our third match in particular. That is not the correct one. Of course, nothing is cooperating now. There we go. And that is our third match, and that is the rivalry match that we have been seeing brewing, the infamous return of AJ Lee to team up with her husband, CM Punk, to take on the World Heavyweight Champion, Seth freaking Rollins, and the man and women's Intercontinental Champion, Becky Lynch. This is a dream match if there ever was one.
Right.
As we always imagined, of course, that AJ, it was always questionable whether she actually ever would return to WWE, but now she is back. We definitely want to hear from y'all in the comments as we now proceed forward through everything. A pleasure to show you our collection. Teresa will be jumping back in here and for plate exchange in a little bit, but I want to let the ladies talk. But for now, Kia, you're up first on this one. This is your fun one, tag team match. Who takes it and why?
All right. So first of all, I'll stay on my best behavior. I love this match. I believe, in my opinion, again, this is a head-heart one. I'm going to say now that CM Punk has AJ by his side, I feel like they will take it. They're going to take the cake and they're going to run and or skip or even just walk out, however you want to put it. Becky and Seth, yes, there's cake from yesterday. Oh, belated happy birthday to our co-host, Alyssa. Yay.
I'm going to find the hat.
No,
Absolutely
not. But in my opinion, I feel like it's going to be CM Punk and AJ. I feel like AJ's got something up her sleeve. She always does. She always has. And the fact that we have mothering at this point, it's great. And did you see Becky's face when she came back?
Boy, they was about to poop their pants.
Did you see Seth's face?
Mother has never done a thing wrong in her life.
Because she looked excited, but he was like, "Oh snap! I can't be excited because she beat on my wife." Wait.
Right. Girl. So that's my pick. And as much as I love Seth and I love Becky, you have to understand I love CM Punk and AJ way more. So yeah, that's my pick. What about?
My pick's simple because I'm up next. My pick's simple. AJ Lee is on a team. There are two people that I never root against unless they're facing each other, and that's Naomi and that's AJ Lee.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Lee's on that team, so I'm taking AJ and CM Punk. That gives me a chance to shift around. So, Alyssa, give yours.
I'm also going to take AJ Lee and CM Punk. I almost said Seth Rollins. Here we go. Don't let my shirt reflect anything, okay, people? My shirts be lying, okay? They do. I don't tell you no lie, but my shirt do be lying from time to time. But no, I like the team of AJ Lee and CM Punk as well. You don't get that kind of reaction because I can sit here and tell you this. I didn't watch AJ Lee growing up. She was in a little mix where I stopped watching. But one thing I have been watching, one person I have been watching is Becky Lynch. And when her face is over there, like, oh snap, you know, she got another thing coming. So I like AJ and CM Punk too.
To handle their business.
Right, to do their big one.
To do their
And that's a beautiful segue into Pour the Tea, honestly.
I know because that wasn't done on accident. But you see our little teapot and everything. But you know, if we're gonna do it, we need to do it officially. So give me a moment here to get some files, and then this will give me some time while y'all are chatting it up to be able to
Go switch your jersey.
switch my jersey and get everything else the way I want it to. I hate the fact that it only lets you have so many things up at once, but the nature of the beast, I suppose. Let's see. There we are. And we'll go ahead and make it official. So give me a moment here to put y'all on officially live.
Thank you, girl. Thank you.
If there was ever a show for them to be a part of, this is going to be the one
right,
they would want to be a part of.
We haven't done an episode in a while.
It has been a minute.
It has been a hot few minutes, okay?
A couple months.
Yeah, it's been
You
hot
know,
with this teapot, okay?
right.
It doesn't matter. We're back now,
So first thing first, I need you to do what you did today when you were singing a little teapot.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Um,
Absolutely not. I don't even remember what I did for sure.
She did the teapot.
Oh my gosh, that was so embarrassing, you guys. But I said no, we're gonna be delivering the tea like it's a teapot, short and stout. Here's my handle, here's my stout. And Cletus was cracking up. Anyway, we are coming back with you to do our next show. We brought out the teapot for you guys. We haven't showed the teapot in a little while, but we had like a little official little table moment going on. So we had to make sure we showcased a couple of important things. Yes, belts. Yes, plate exchange, but also our teapot. Let's hear it for the teapot. Come on, for the teapot. But yes. So today our topic for the tea is going to be AJ Lee's return. It's going to be her teaming with Punk and them going against the other big couple in WWE, which is Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. So I feel like if we're going to start, we have to start from the beginning, like
from the dawn of time.
No better place to start.
I didn't say all the dinosaurs now. Calm down. Bring it back a little bit. Like, we ain't need to go that far. Hold on, wait a minute. What's on the dawn of time? We ain't got that kind of time, girl. We got 20 minutes. But if we're gonna do it, we have to do it right. So whenever I think of this rivalry, I think of the information that I've seen. So I'm thinking like CM Punk running the game back then, kind of training Seth for free.
Mm-hmm, he did.
Teaching him for free.
With
Not $3.99, free.
Just free. Like free zero.
Teaching him what he was supposed to do. I know CM Punk got mistreated in the company,
He did. There was a whole, I felt like that was a whole thing.
That was a whole thing. I don't know if we going down here.
We sure need to.
Okay. I'm going to let Kia speak that part. Y'all know I ain't see that part. I was like 12 at the time. I was, Camp Rock and Barney and Junks. Going hot too, girl.
So I can tell you, Punk, when I say this man dropped some truths, this man, anything he did, it was not scripted. He was straight off the cuff. It came from the brain. It came through the lip. He said what he said, and I feel like they tried to silence him because he was telling the truth. And not only was he telling the truth, he was telling the truth for the present time, and he was telling the truth for the future. And lo and behold, you started seeing, oh my gosh, he's literally lining up what is happening now, what's going to happen in the future, and they did not like it. So they muted his mic. He brought that megaphone out. Right.
I looked at my little highlights now.
Right. He brought the megaphone out. He said, "He
said, just in case you decide to turn off my mic." Right. I said,
you're not going to silence me." He was not silenced. And that's what people hated.
I like that.
There was a little thing where he left because he was being mistreated, and then on top of that, not only did he leave, it was things with like hospitals and hospitalization. He had back issues, and there was a whole bunch of stuff going on. So he ended up leaving, which at that point, after he left, it kind of fell on his wife, and they're like, "Well, if he's not here,
then we're gonna
we're gonna kind of dog walk you." Now the thing with AJ Lee, her and Punk are perfect for each other. They give off the same energy. I'm going to talk my ish. I'm going to not only talk my ish, but I'm going to back it up. I'm going to skip around this ring. one thing you did not want to do with AJ Lee is call her crazy because she was the one that would really show you crazy.
Oh, you think I'm crazy? Let me show you.
Let me show you. And with that being said, she did a lot for the company. She won the Divas title. She was a businesswoman. She was she spoke.
I know she said she was an author.
She was.
She wrote her book.
Yes. She's done comics. Let's not put it past that. She has done a whole lot for someone who has had such a great career coming through, first of all, wrestling. And as small as she is, she had you know how we talk about EO and Kyrie having a lot of heart? You want to thank AJ Lee. She ran so y'all could walk, or however it goes, so y'all could run. She was the one that was the smallest, the shortest, but she had a lot of heart. Give it to her. And you know, not many people really liked it because, again, she spoke her truth. She said she said what she had to say, and she did what she had to do.
I like that.
And that's why I feel like they're perfect for each other. This match right here, this is a whole entire dream match that has been kind of brewing for a long time. But again, we didn't know if she was her or Punk was going to come back. So when we got the surprise that Punk was back, we said it's only a matter of time before AJ came back, and she did what she did. She kept us in anticipation. She was always saying, I'm not going to come back, and here's why, and I'm not going to do that. And I guess at this point, everything that now going to the future, going to the present time right now, she's like, I said my vows for better or for worse. Right. It didn't matter if it's real life. It doesn't matter if it's wrestling. It doesn't matter. What you're not going to for everybody. What you're not going to do is you're not going to sit here and embarrass my husband so many times that Seth has. And for anybody that doesn't know, that real life beef between Seth and CM Punk, it's a real thing. They literally they hate each other in reality. But and that's what makes the chemistry so good in my opinion. So she came back. She's like, yeah. I guess with everybody else, bless you, Landon. Like everybody else, she was seeing what was going on, and she said, at this point, okay, you wanna talk mess about my man? You wanna, put your hands on him, put your hair on him, do all you feel like
motorboat him? Motorboat that was wild.
It's fine until you motorboated my man.
Whoa.
How dare she?
That's
crazy.
Let me put it for you like this.
Oh, you're not supposed to say that.
I said I'm talking about things.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So with that being said, she said enough is enough. And everybody, I was
gonna lace up my Chuck Taylors and come get
right. I going to deal with this. And everybody, if you look at social media, we for the last 6, 7, 8, 9 years said, hey, we want her back, and now she's back, and now she's here. And Punk said, you know what? Let me go ahead and AJ, let me go ahead and tell you, I'm not gonna put my hands on a woman, but I know someone who will.
And I love this for him.
I do too.
No, for real, because he was better than me. She's sitting over there running her mouth.
Slapping him.
Well, it even goes before that. I'm sitting over here calling to talk to the person I got real beef with.
Right.
I'm sitting over here calling your husband now. And you want to sit over here and act like you can't come out? Then you sit here and pit his music. Now you're coming out. And you want to stand in my face and talk crap to me?
Right.
And then when I'm like, well, bring him out. You want to sit over here and just keep on talking. You want to keep standing in my way.
Right.
I said, Punk is better than me.
Because it couldn't be me. We crazy.
Yeah.
When you put your hands on me, we're going to fight.
So then he's sitting over there. She's talking on that mess. Seth comes out, plays in his face a little bit. Then she wants to buck back up at him. Then she wants to start hitting him. Talking about, I got to bleach. I got to take a bath and bleach. Because I touched your sweat. Nobody touched me, put your hands on me. Nobody touched me, put your hands on me. You didn't have to sit over here and do all of this. But then you want to sit over there and run your mouth. You want to bump them gums. You want to get the yapping, okay?
And when you get to yapping, what happens?
Exactly. Then come on, say it again. Say it again. So you have this, and she just sitting over here putting her hands on him, and it's like she didn't learn her lesson because she decided on SmackDown to try and run that same formula, like she was going to get a better result. And it's just like the only thing that I can say when I was sitting in these moments was, please let AJ come back,
right?
Because it would have been so easy for them to be like, oh, okay, Rhea, go out there.
Right.
Or, oh, okay, who else was talking about? Bailey, go out there. Any of my friends, Roxanne. I said Roxanne just because, she's
Roxanne.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting over here thinking like this, and I'm just like, please, bring AJ back. Because I think it would have been okay, like, Becky sitting over there yapping and running her gums. But when you start putting your hands, start putting your nubs on people, and you start putting your head in his chest, that's when AJ was required at that point.
Right.
So the fact that she showed back up, and I love that. And you know, TikTok is one of my favorite social media platforms because people are hilarious.
Right.
There. TikTok, we don't here worry about should it be banned or not. We need to be worried about it's going to stay free because TikTok is a funny place. Okay, the edits people put together. I love that people were catching Seth's reaction
Right.
just up there because he's up there like,
What?
wait, no, I can't be smiling away. I can't be excited.
Wait a
What's
minute.
back? Like, because, oh, wait, she about to go beat up my wife. Like, so it's like, okay. But you can see all those little reactions and everything. You have people putting together packages showing AJ when she was younger, coming back and now putting her highlights together. I'm like, this is the perfect place to learn about anybody you want to know about.
It pretty much is.
But-
you know, look, if you can't get it
Start
off
looking.
YouTube, go to TikTok.
I'm telling you. And TikTok is a little shorter place too. But that's besides the point. Where was I going with this?
When you put your hands on my man, I gotta come back.
Oh yeah, girl. At this point, it's required. Okay, so when she came back out, I loved having Seth like, oh snap,
Dumbfounded.
wait. Then he stuck up there because you wanted to stand up there at the top. You couldn't stand down here.
You couldn't be in the ring
Couldn't
with
be
us.
down here with us.
I feel
So
like,
now you gotta watch her get beat up. Then I love how the next week we're paying her with the red sunglasses on.
right.
And I think that was the perfect way to showcase for people like me and my three little sisters who AJ really is, having her open the show. Just like, you know what? And just showing pure personality.
I mean, if you
Because she had me dying in here. I said I was sorry. Like,
right.
Golly.
If you rewind back a little further,
Mhm.
it'd have been different if Seth and Punk were still going at it. She would
Right.
have like sat on the side and been
Right.
like, hey, maybe give it some advice. But when you place another woman in the ring and you decide you want to put your hands on him, talk mess to him, I don't care what y'all say. We thought Alexa was Fury. No, AJ Lee started that whole 5 feet of Fury business.
Right.
I'm looking at it from the perspective. First of all, I like the fact that you saw the crowd and you saw the audience and you could see if you go through TikTok and Instagram and YouTube how she was opened, greeted back with open arms.
Right.
People clapping, screaming, going crazy. And if you even saw it after the fact, you could tell she was reveling in the moment. She loved the moment. She has missed this genuinely. And now she can come back and she can literally be herself and she can look cute. Baby, I'm so glad you laced up them Chuck Taylors because girl, boom.
Now this has been one of my favorite photos. If y'all look over here, they talk about Seth and Becky arguing with each other, and you've got Punk and AJ sitting there. They're like, when you go on a double date and the other couple that you're with starts arguing.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And you know what they did? They were posted up cool as cucumbers.
And was
Posted
on the
up.
same page.
Right.
Cool.
Well, you know what? That's fine. But at this point, this has been a match that has been needed, wanted. I started seeing stuff for this probably almost a year, 2 years ago, and it's like, yeah, it's not going to happen. But if it does, that's going to be great.
I think it's a way to also refresh the rivalry
Right.
between Seth and CM Punk because you've seen it play out a couple of times here and there, and I think this is a nice way to add another layer of, I don't want to say authenticity, but add another layer of interest into it.
But
Because I mean, their rivalry is interesting as it is because they really don't like each other, but
But also, when you go sit here and you're going to talk crazy, I'm about to show you what I can do on this mic. And not what I can just do on this mic, but what I can do in this ring. So you got to talk mess. You got to talk ish. Now it's my turn. Do we really want to go back in time? Do I need you to go back in time and look at what I did to the Bellas? What I did to Eva Marie? No offense, the Funky Dactyls. Yeah, I'm about to channel that AJ, and she's gonna come. And now I'm coming for you because you came for my man. So here we go. Ding ding.
let's do it.
So, anybody got any questions? Steve, you want to put in your 2 cents?
I just think there's just a genuine happiness that we're happy AJ is back. Punk has, been entertaining every step of the way. It's what he does. I've told, Alyssa, knew of CM Punk, but did not have a chance to see him in his full glory and everything else. Didn't understand the whole concept that his wife is just as fire on the bike as he is.
Well, I've like I said, I've been going back and looking, and I could not agree more with what y'all two have said. I'm like, God, we should be talking just as much crap as he do.
But the thing is,
But then I'll be lying though.
no,
That's the whole
they
thing.
tell the truth because guess what? Nobody else. Honestly, with all respect, I respect them that much more because I mean, you have a lot of people that are, they were the ones when everybody was kind of, in my opinion, and this is just personal opinion, so don't come for me in the comments or anything. When nobody else wanted to speak the truth, they spoke the truth. I think it was. I honestly think
Whether
it was
you like it or not.
right. I think it was AJ Lee, CM Punk. I know at some point Dean Ambrose started doing it too. When you have people that will speak the truth and say the truth, they are going to either get hated or they're going to get loved. But if you're telling the truth and you're speaking up for the people in the back, such as the crew, like the other wrestlers, men, women, when you're speaking for the crowd and the universe, they're going to take that and they're going to run with it. And the fact that they told nothing but the truth, there was no lies, and the fact that not only do they tell the truth, they back that truth up. You know how you like your receipts?
Mm-hmm.
These two right here, they got receipts. They
love a good receipt.
They're going to find video packages. They're going to find voice recordings. They're going to find something that says, hey, this is what y'all did, and now we're going to be on you. So this match right here, I'm really excited for. I don't even know how much more I can say. I am excited. It's like choked up in my throat and stuff, but that's not
say. Okay, I see a little comment over here.
Teresa saying she's going for Punk and AJ.
That's
Girl,
right.
that's what we
That's
doing too,
right.
okay?
That's us too.
That's what I'm saying. Now, I got a question for everybody. Do we think the women are going to carry this match? Do we think they're going to showcase both sides equally? Like, how do we think this is going to go?
This is the women all the way.
I think it is too. I'm not
With all
gonna lie to you.
respect, yeah, most definitely. AJ's gonna come in that ring and she's gonna do what she's gonna do, and Becky's gonna sit here and say, "I'm the man. I'm this, that. I'm big time Bex and everything." And AJ's gonna be like, "That's great and all. Take these hands."
I'm not gonna lie to you though. I know we've been talking a lot about AJ Lee and CM Punk, but we also have to give Becky and Seth their flowers in these heel roles.
Right. Oh my
Because,
gosh. Yeah.
boy, I'm telling you, I normally like Seth and Becky.
Right.
I can't go to the love echelon, but I normally really like them.
You're towing the
Like,
line.
Right, like because Seth be beefing with Roman.
She don't mess with that. She don't.
But I mean, like they have just been able to get underneath my skin, and as much as I can't stand that, they're doing their job. Like I've always been on the fence with Becky just because when I first started watching, Bianca was a champion. She came back, beat her in like 26 seconds.
Ooh, girl,
that shook my whole world. I was like, wait a minute. But I mean, Becky has had time where she's gone off, she's been away, she's come back, been right back in the title picture, and no matter what she touches, she elevates it. And I mean,
right.
I hate that she's taking like the title from Lyra because I really love Lyra. I feel like Lyra, with the Intercontinental Champion.
We know
Close
what you're
enough.
saying. We got you. Y'all know what you're saying.
The trash can is right around the corner. I'm headed there next.
There's
But
no
when
trash can.
oh, that's right. There's no
No
trash
trash
can.
can.
I'll go to the dump. Anyway, that's not the point. But the point is, no matter what Becky touches, and really you can say this for Seth too.
Right.
No matter what the two of them touch, they elevate it.
They do.
Seth put his belt on the mat. That man said, "Give it to me. I got it. Put me in, coach," and he has carried it. Then you've had other people like Gunther and
Jey Uso.
and Jay. Yeah.
One job, girl. I need you to be
Girl,
back.
I'm thinking of hold on. Anyway, I'm thinking of the Intercontinental. So they turn blue.
Right.
But no. But everything they have touched. And that really goes to all the The two of them, if you need a title elevated, if you need a title boosted, if you want eyes on it, they go there. So I feel like no matter who wins this match, whether it's CM Punk and AJ Lee or Becky and Seth, everybody's gonna walk out there looking fantastic.
Right.
This is absolutely the first of at least three.
I swear to you,
Because Becky and AJ got to have a one-on-one as well.
they
I
have to.
cannot
I
wait for
cannot
that.
wait.
WrestlePalooza, 3/4 of the tickets in the building sold out just because of
For
that.
this
Demario saying everybody looks good. Also, a sponsorship coming in approved for y'all as along with our Champions Month. pour the tea. Kendra Scott putting out what appears to be, I believe, jewelry opportunity. You can see a give back code up there this weekend only. Shop online using the code giveback-JZJOQ. So we've left it up there a couple of times, but 20% of the order is going to go to Mania Club proceeds. And we wanted to shout out Kendra and what is being brought up here, and also a chance to, show a little bling while we at it. We all about the title belts, but, also an opportunity. Hey, at Champions Club or Champions Month, we all have to be a part of it.
Absolutely. It takes everybody. All right. Well, that wraps up our little segment there.
Hold on 1 second. I got one quick thing to say before we leave.
Sorry.
So we're going to give a little shout out to my baby. Hey,
What's up, y'all?
this man got his license today and did it in one go.
Facts.
So if you're in the South Georgia area, you may want to give us a buzz or a DM to let us know his car path, so that way you can avoid those roads.
Don't do that.
I jest. He's very good, or else I don't think the state would have passed him.
Right.
Demario says congratulations.
Appreciate you, Demaria. Look to see you soon, dude.
Teresa as well.
Appreciate you guys.
But ladies, this is Pour the Tea, a little small segment that we're trying to work our way back to. But we are committing ourselves to bringing these back and having more topics as we go along.
Honestly, if you want to see more Pour the Tea, you know how to get in touch with me and Alyssa just to give us topics that we can talk on.
Also, y'all can join too.
Yeah, please. We love the participation.
Right.
So with that being said,
Right.
we love you.
Jump off another quick break here while we switch back sides, and then we will get the second half of Plate Exchange. Again, another opportunity for you to jump in and go ahead and share our stream, Mania Club. Send it to anybody and everybody, because right now we're getting those donations. We got just a hair over 30 minutes left. We want to try to get those donations for some of these giveaways, as well as an opportunity. But Kia and Alyssa, thank y'all much for everything you do. 6 years we've been doing this, and we are just getting started. So opportunities galore. But either way, I'm going to put us on a brief break, and we will be back shortly. All right, and as I said I would do, I switched to the white Mania Club jersey from this last year. We had two different versions of it. I wore the black one for the front half. First of all, a nice round of applause one more time for Kia and for Alyssa. I need more audience participation, please. There we go. Don't wake up your brother. Jeez. But either way, yeah, too much participation at that stage. But either way, we're excited that they get an opportunity to bring back the show that they created with their own two hands, their two minds, and everything else. And again, these ladies want to talk, so we want y'all to give us these topics that they can be able to speak on, so that way we can be able to have different things that we can chat about along the way. Exactly.
Because a lot of time I get scared bringing things up. So I'm like, who wants to hear about that? But if y'all start telling us, then hey, I know you.
Right.
But we're going to do the second half of our plate exchange now, as well as get our last two matches for top rope spoilers as we go along. So we're going to do two of them, and we're going to bring Landon back in because it's his turn. So he's going to join us in, and we are doing the WWE Tag Team titles, which is the third one on this shelf over here. But this one has been one that, in what some people are saying is the most competitive, the third one. Preferably without taking the rest of it out. I swear he's done this before. But this will be our first time getting an opportunity to be able to show these off. But these have been titles that have definitely had an opportunity to trade places with a number of great teams since the switch over from the SmackDown tag team, since they switched over from the SmackDown tag team titles. But let me get this one up here. But they are currently in the hands of the Wyatt Six. This one has been a fun one, but you go all the way back to August of this last year when it was originally held by the Bloodline. And the Bloodline was able to hold the titles for just a hair under 3 months before they would lose them to 100% Alyssa's favorite group, and that being the Motor City Machine Guns.
Good night.
She can't stand Motor City, and it's not for the reasons you think. Go ahead, Alyssa. Why?
It's the pyro. I'm not a big fan of loud noises whatsoever. So their boom boom is not my favorite.
It's not my cup of tea.
No,
But I'm
it's
bummed.
not.
Definitely curious to see things. Teresa jumping in saying she absolutely loved the pour of the tea segment. So. Again, women talking about wrestling has been something that has been missing for a lot of the years in the Attitude Era. Is like, oh, women can't talk about wrestling. Buck that, because we have met some of the greatest people who do podcasts, streaming, people like Wheezy, those wrestling girls, Renee. I mean, these folks are absolutely fantastic. Minnie Portable. These are just some wonderful people. And I mean, there's many more names that we could present and a whole lot of other names that I want the opportunity to be able to meet as we go along. But
Who is the one? She does cosplay. She does live streams. She's very
Ashley?
Yeah.
not actually. No, I can't think of her name, but she has.
Did we have her on?
No, she hasn't. But I would love to have her on a for the tea. I can't think of her name.
Doesn't help us any. So it could be that limits it down to about 300,000 American people. But we'll figure out who it was. But the reality is the women's conversation, just like the revolution, the women's side of things in terms of women being able to talk wrestling, that stereotype has been bunked at this stage because you're not going to be able to sit here and state anymore that women cannot talk about wrestling. And it's people like, Wheezy and people like Minnie Portable and whatnot who are the ones who, gave us that opportunity, meeting people like Patricia and Krista from those wrestling girls that, do this every single day and make it look easy is what inspired y'all to want to get the opportunity to be able to do something like this. And it goes a long way to helping with, making it to where we get to be a part of all of this as well.
I do too, Teresa. I did not come in on the Attitude Era, Steve.
Later half of it,
I was
right?
the back half.
You were right at the tail end of it and the start of the ruthless aggression era when Cena was, starting to make his meteoric rise along with Batista.
Yep,
But as we put on here, I'm going to bring the little segment back up here because again, this is another one of our championships that we do not have. What's going on here? My mouse has stopped working, so we'll have to just use the touch screen. But this is held by the Wyatt Six, and we got up to Motor City Machine Guns when we were speaking about it a little while ago. Inevitably, they would lose them after 42 days to DIY, who we just saw yesterday or 2 nights ago at NXT Homecoming. And that was certainly fun to see them have an opportunity to go up against Trick Mellow Gang.
Oh wow, that was great.
It was a fantastic match and a chance to kind of get that tease and that rub for Trick, when he potentially does get up to main roster, and of course also building up the forthcoming title versus title match that he will have this upcoming Tuesday against Obafemi for both the NXT title and the TNA World Championship. But then DIY would lose them in March to the Street Profits, who would hold them for 119 days, which is currently the longest reign since it was reestablished as the WWE Tag Team titles. And then at SmackDown on July 11th, they would fall to the Eaters of Worlds, the Wyatt Six, Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy more specifically. We have not been able to establish whether it's being defended under Freebird rules to allow for any members of the Wyatt Six to be able to defend them. But for now, that's what we have in terms of relevant information. But up until this point, Gacy and Lumis have been the ones to defend them. And Alyssa, you went with me to to SummerSlam, and we got a chance to see that TLC match, and that was insanity.
It was. I was like, 2, 3, 4. How many tables is this stacked? Hold on. Wait a minute. Who's about to go flying through that?
Well, I think they're all about to go flying through it.
Literally, you had people flying from left to right, climbing. I don't know. I just remember being like, you cannot go wrong no matter who wins here.
Right.
Like, because every team.
You could vision any of the teams winning.
Yeah. You can see every team. You couldn't, there was not a wrong direction you could go.
Absolutely. And that's one of the key components of, a great division. And they talk about, NXT has the best women's division at the moment. And that's arguable, but I definitely would agree with said sentiment. But I think it also, by the same exact argument, that SmackDown has the best men's tag division right now of anybody here. And with that, the WWE tag team titles are set. The Wyatt Six currently holding the titles. We're going to have Landon hand these to Miss Kia, who's going to have an opportunity. There went one of our rivets. Please make sure we're holding on to those as we go along.
Before I go, I have a wrestling stream coming to y'all live Monday, September 29th.
Okay, a shameless shout out is Landon apparently is going to start his own show. We found this out today, so we'll see if it's worthy enough to match up with On the Ring Apron at this stage. But we're definitely going to have that opportunity. Are you stepping out, or are you just going to let Anna go next? Well, Anna's already come around, so you can go after that, okay? Just because she's already here, you can come on around, but we're going to do the next title belt, and that is going to be the women's tag team titles, which is going to be the one in the very bottom corner over there. And this one's been a fun team to be a part of, as this is the team of what is it? Friends of Convenience, or what are they calling themselves these days? Kat, get out from under me, please.
It's Charlotte and Alexa, and they're best friends now. Besties.
Well, it depends on how you look at it. Because, I love the segment of them being with Charlotte being in the doctor's office, and they went, and she's putting on the little stethoscope, and I have a heart. I promise it's in there. So, but this one has been one that has probably been, outside of the 24/7 title, the most frequented one on our show up to this stage, as it's one that typically changes hands quite a bit, hence why we have the slightly larger thing on this one, because the last time that we put this one on here, you've got to go back to Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill in their second run as champion, holding the championships at the time. And it's kind of an odd one because WWE actually officially states that the title run of Bianca and Jade, and then the subsequent defending of Bianca and Naomi, is all defined as one singular title reign.
Wow.
That being said, though, they decided that when the same thing happened when Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez won the championship, and then Liv got hurt and they had to switch to Roxanne, they decided to define that as its own title reign. So it's like they were fine with one group, just having it as one simultaneous reign, 177 days for Bianca and the Cargill-Naomi combo. And then inevitably they get separate reigns for Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Of course, you have the singular victory at WrestleMania for Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria to get themselves on the board, and it would spark the heel turn the next day of Becky Lynch, and we obviously see where that has gone from here. Liv Morgan and Raquel would win it back the next night on Raw. They would hold it until Liv was injured, and ultimately Roxanne would be the one to step in and get that championship opportunity. And they would hold the titles for a little over a month before they would drop them at SummerSlam to Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, who currently are our women's tag team champions. So Kia, if you would, you can go ahead and grab those plates right there so you can see who our previous ones were, which were at the time, as I said, of our last episode, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. So inevitably, both of them with an opportunity to have their plates here. And no doubt that we're going to probably see at least one of them on plates again at some point. Can't guarantee it's this title. But up to this point, we've now seen the turn and the run of Charlotte Flair and Alexa. So I want to hand this to our audience as well as to our people here inside the room. How are we feeling about the Alexa Charlotte team up, considering how often they have bickered and fought with each other?
Honestly, I'm loving it. The fact that, and we know from experience, Steve and Alyssa, with you joining us and you doing your research as you do, most tag teams at first do not work. And then somehow, somewhere along the line, they click. I don't know if it's because it's common enemy. I don't know if it's because it's just, hey, we've got to do this. Or they want the titles or whatever. But Charlotte and Alexa have clicked on so many levels. And you can see when you watch the matches, they are defending each other. They're being safe about it. They're, pushing the other one out the way and maybe taking the blow or the hit. And even on social media, if y'all follow social media, they are so cute when they're actually doing TikTok or Instagram. You can tell they're really enjoying themselves, and it's not forced. It's not when they first started, and Charlotte was saying, hey, I'm a solo. I do things by myself. And Alexa was like, we're just friends of convenience. We want the same thing.
I figured I remembered what it was. Allies of convenience.
There we go. My bad. Excuse me.
Teresa saying reminds her of the Kane RVD title run, where the two of them could not be more polar opposite, but yet somehow it worked for such a long time.
What about Sheamus and Cesaro?
Yeah, well, they didn't like each other, and then they ended up being arguably one of the better teams.
Right.
But this exchange is done. Anna, you're going to give this one to Miss Kia so we can show these off. But that is the new plates for Charlotte and for Alexa Bliss. Of course, each of them have their own respective spots on their plates. But for ours, we only have one slot each. So you get one spot.
There we go. My bad. Sorry.
All right. Ava, I believe you are up next. So you need to shuffle yourself around, and we're moving back over to NXT, to one of the titles and one of the people that has kept things certainly entertaining for us. That's former NXT champion and now two-time NXT North American champion, and that is the NXT North American Championship held by All Ego Ethan Page. That would be this one right here.
Boy, he is giving everybody a run for their money. This man, when he first started, I could not stand him. He was rubbing me the wrong way. But if you look at it, he's really good at what he does as far as a heel and a face. So give it up for Ethan. And also, he's really funny in person.
I was going to say, he didn't break character for a second when we met him at Evolution. He kind
of caught me off guard with all Ricky Saints comment. And you saw my face.
Y'all could be Ricky Saints fans.
We're just over here
us smiling with Ricky Saints about 30 minutes before.
And he's like, "Oh, you are! Oh, it was fun, neat."
But this one, we're going to put the stats up here, and then we're going to do our fourth of the 5 matches for WrestlePalooza this weekend. But let me throw the North American Championship. Go back to late October or mid to late October of last year. You're going back to the Don, Tony D'Angelo, the last time that we did a plate exchange on this particular belt. And not only have the plates changed hands a few times, the belt itself has changed, at least is in terms of its current champion. Tony would end up losing the championship inevitably on March 4th to Sean Spears of the Culling. But he would only hold the championship for 4 weeks before he would drop it to the very man we just spoke of, and that being Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints, believing that he would use that to propel himself to that high level of stardom and everything else. But it would ultimately be Ethan Page who would step in his way and would defeat Ricky Saints on NXT and win the North American Championship in late May during Memorial Day weekend, and inevitably has cemented himself and his legacy as one of the better North American champions, a proud man of Canada, if you will. Then we've definitely had some fun with his storylines, along with him and Chelsea Green and the Secret Hervis, and of course making the Canadian version of the North American Championship with the Canadian flag background and everything else has definitely added to the fun of this particular championship. So, as I remove the Tony D'Angelo plates here, yes, it is. It's actually the longest belt we have. This is one that really caught me off guard when we ended up getting it for the very first time due to its length. It's not entirely heavy. I can kind of show it off here while we have a moment, but lengthwise, it's definitely one of the longer ones. I think it's one of only 2 that I can wear without having to put an extender on it. Cause anybody who's met me in person, I am a big boy. I like my food, used to be a lot bigger for anyone who knew me way back in the day, but for all intents and purposes, we have definitely enjoyed ourselves as this championship has changed hands a lot of times. And you see a lot of people who are prospering on the main roster right now who have been North American champion. Johnny Gargano has been North American champion a couple of times, actually. And even some names that aren't with the company anymore, such as Adam Cole, Bebe. Would be thrilled to see him come back at some stage, and I hope he does well in the interim. And also at the same time, you see the future stars that are coming up. You've, of course, Carmelo Hayes got his big push to stardom by cashing in his contract for the breakout star and won. Obafemi, same story as the longest reigning one. Add in a run by Trick Williams in there, and of course the dual run of Dominic Mysterio carrying it over to main roster as well. But let's call a spade here. Greatest NXT North American title run's got to be Solo Sikoa's run of 6 days when he was a member of the Bloodline. You can say whatever you want, argue with the wall. Yeah. She says it is super cool, and you know what? I couldn't agree more. But this plate exchange is done, and we have plates that have actually been on championships for us before. Ethan Page's plates have been on the NXT title, but have not been able to be shown off. So I'm going to give this to you so you can give it to Miss Kia so she can show off. And in the meantime, it is breaking news time. So after Kia shows it off, is Landon, that boy ain't right. He pointed at his head, but he's over here. He took a picture and he had his head like up here somewhere, and Ethan called him out. Demario, believe me, the Canadian belt needs to find its way into our group, but showing off the all ego Ethan Page side plates here. And that will return us back over to Top Rope Spoilers for what will be our 4th of 5 matches. This is one that I know the ladies were very excited about, and that is the match for the undisputed WWE Championship, which is over here on my left, currently held by the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Whoa. But he will definitely face a challenger that has given him all he can handle up to the stage, as he will go one-on-one with former 2-time WWE champion in Drew McIntyre. McIntyre has been on this long vendetta for, several months now, actually several years, about stating that he feels that the championship should be his and only his, but every time he tries to win a championship, somebody is in the way, whether that be Roman Reigns, the Bloodline, CM Punk, and now Cody Rhodes has now gotten in his limelight as well. So, we now look at this opportunity for the two of them to now renew what was a rivalry. And remember, if you go back about 12 years ago, these two were tag team champions together. So it's not like, they're unfamiliar with each other. But we do have to have a winner here. Again, if you have an opportunity to do so, you can follow us on our YouTube channel. The link's down below to place in your votes. Fourth one. So we're back around to me again. I want to say Drew because I feel like Drew has done everything we've asked him to do, but I also can't say how many times I've said that. And they keep finding ways for it to not happen. Cody is the golden child right now. You know how that's going to continue to pan out. I got to pick Cody until he either faces Roman or Cena again or something. Alyssa?
God, I hate that. Because you're not wrong.
Well, she can't have beef with Cody anymore. She had that.
Can't.
She had that. She let that go when we met him in person for the Pilates class after Pilates class. So that beef has been dropped. That's a good thing. Whoop whoop.
I know, but I want to pick Drew because Drew has done everything you've asked him to do. He has had the little petty beefs. He has had the stuff. But you're right. You can't count Cody out until he faces Roman.
Roman or Cena, whatever.
Yeah.
So Cody as well. Kia, what about you?
We all know I love me some Cody. And by the way, congratulations to you and your
Absolutely,
beautiful wife for
that-
having your second kid. Woo!
I know.
And also for showing off in Pilates. That is the whole thing.
Is it too late for me to change my answer?
No, I don't think so. I think you before we get off the stream, do you want to switch it?
Yeah, I think I do. I'm gonna go Drew. I'm sorry.
Gonna go Drew.
I just thought
Yeah, well, I mean, we don't know if Cody's about to get written off or not, but we'll see. So you're gonna go Drew, okay?
I'm gonna go Drew.
And then Kia, you're sticking with Cody.
Gut pick.
I said I love Cody. I never said that was my official pick.
You're picking Cody.
I'm not picking Cody. I'm sorry, Cody. I'm picking Drew.
It's
I'm not picking
This is
Cody.
a-
I'm
this is
picking
a-
Drew McIntyre.
This is a give me Alabama moment.
Give me Alabama. Where are you at, Pat?
Right.
Right.
So as much as I love Cody, and we know I love Cody, I'm going for
He
Drew.
just had a baby.
And with all respect, Drew, it's been so deserved. He doesn't need to be gypped again. And nothing against Cody, so
We
don't
love
come for me
Cody.
in the comments, please.
She loves Cody.
I really right. Drew deserves everything he gets, and he doesn't need to be gypped again.
And I called him handsome to his face.
Girl,
Right, his handsome face.
the fact that she said that out loud,
I did. I was very embarrassed.
He
But
said
I
he-
I said what I said.
was he blushing?
Yes.
Okay, then that's all he needed right there. He's gonna remember you, trust me. But Drew
All right.
McIntyre.
That's all we got.
All right, one match to go. The main event, Cena and Lesnar, our last one. We're going to do it when the last plate exchanges are over. So again, appreciate the ladies dropping back in here. Let's flip it back over to plate exchange. I believe Addison is back up again for her turn, and we are going to be discussing the NXT Women's Championship being held by Fatal Influences JC Jane. That is going to be this one right here.
Why is this one so
You,
This is the behind the scenes part.
yeah, I was gonna say you're trying to see her try to pop loose the plates and everything else, but JC Jane currently holding the NXT Women's Championship and has actually been having a pretty lengthy reign, despite the fact that I don't think anyone could have projected how she was going to get it. The championship, the last time that we actually did a plate exchange, was not done with this particular title belt. It was done with the previous version, and at the time was held by Roxanne Perez, who had won it at Stand and Deliver, beating Lyra Valkyria to ultimately claim her second NXT Women's Championship. She would end up holding it for almost a year, carrying it all the way to New Year's Evil the following year before she would drop the title to Julia. And Julia would win the championship from Roxanne. Roxanne, of course, would move to main roster within the next couple of weeks to have herself a fantastic run, and she has done immaculate. A couple of weeks later, she had the second, or now currently the longest Royal Rumble run of any woman in history. So a big shout out to her. She's destined, of course, to be a future singles champion sooner, I would think, rather than later. Julia, of course, then at that stage would defend the championship in a winner-take-all match with Stephanie Vaquer, a match Vaquer would win at Roadblock in March. Combining the titles, Vaquer would hold on to them for 2 weeks before she would drop the title, and the rest of it, of course, we talked about earlier. So if you're watching this a little later, you can jump back and view our section about the North American Championship. But then in what had to be easily the most stunning result of the year up to this stage, it would be JC Jane of Fatal Influence shocking the world and beating.
Dumbfounded, looking crazy, mouth on the floor. I mean, I like JC, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if shocked was
beyond the word we were looking for in this particular instance. And then you add in the fact that not only did she go on to win that championship, she then went on to win the TNA Knockouts World Championship and held them simultaneously for almost a month. So no small task from a person who, frankly, has been a person that she says, I'm overlooked, I'm underestimated, and, very similar to that of, maybe not with the same kind of push as Naomi got, one that's like, look, I've been here, I've done the work, I've been the sidekick as part of Toxic Attraction, but now Fatal Influence is the group that I run the show, and I'm the one that is carrying the gold. Now, she has since lost the Knockouts Championship to Ash of Essence, or Elegance, excuse me, I'm sorry, Ash of Elegance, but she has been able to keep the NXT Women's Championship up to this point, but she does have a pretty stiff defense coming up against Lola Vice here at No Mercy in a couple of weeks. So looking forward to see if JC will be able to continue her rise to stardom into the main roster. But the plate exchange on this one is complete as our JC Jane. I'm sorry, my voice boring you?
No.
She had a headache and she's bored. This is the last time we're letting you on camera. And that so we can let people see it. We've got just a handful of belts to go. We've crossed over the 2-hour mark. We are going to push through the last little bit of this. But anybody who has stuck around with us all the way through, we appreciate everything that y'all have done. Again, opportunities to win some of the plates from our side plate collection, as well as donate to Mania Club's cause. Just a couple of minutes left here, just however long it takes me to get through these last couple. And then at that point, that is it. Where did the box go? Because I have the NXT plates that went on that one. And we are now going to move on. I don't know who's up now. Somebody needs to come around. I think Landon is there waiting. But he is going to get the Intercontinental Championship. This one's been a fun one. That one is,
You acknowledge the tribal chief.
even though he doesn't have it. That's the top one right there. Why is that relevant to our stream?
We don't care.
Okay, well, you can sneeze inside the belts. The cat sneezed, so everybody can thoroughly enjoy that moment. Teresa, going back to our top rope spoiler, says she would love to see Drew, but she's got the golden child in that thing. What am I going to do with this signed Naomi card? See, this is where my money comes in. But a Naomi card sitting here donating. Bless you, cat, from Demario. My goodness. But it is what it is. But we move to the Intercontinental Championship. This has been one that has certainly been fun to follow around over these last several months. Oops, that's the women's one. So let's try to get the right one on here. And that is this one right here. There we go. But it is currently, of course, held by Dirty Dominic Mysterio. When we last did a plate exchange, it was held by Braun Breaker, who won it at last year's SummerSlam and held it for 51 days. We have since, of course, the championship has changed slightly, going from a darker world background to the now blue version that you see on the belt, and that happened at the same time that the title was won by Main Event Jey Uso, giving him his first main roster championship. Of course, he would go on to be world heavyweight champion later on. We will be, that's going to be our, I guess, plate exchange main event, if you will, in terms of the last two belts that we're going to talk about. But Jay would hold it for 4 weeks. Then he would lose it back to Braun Breaker. Everyone on social media would cry foul. Everybody on social media would say, there we go, just burying another Uso yet again. But we ended up seeing that it was going to lead to bigger and better things, as Jay, of course, would go on to win the Royal Rumble, beat Gunther at WrestleMania, and claim the World Heavyweight title, and now truly holding on to that guise of main event, Jay Uso. But since then, of course, Breaker would hold the Intercontinental Championship all the way to Mania, but would lose it on night 2 in a fatal 4-way, to which basically Finn Balor would do virtually all the work, only to have Dominic run in and end up pinning his own Judgment Day teammate to inevitably win the gold for himself, as Dominic Mysterio would win the Intercontinental Championship. He, of course, since then has become Dom Dos Belts, as he has also won recently the AAA Mega Championship off of Elio del Vikingo. So an opportunity for him to represent his lucha heritage as well as we proceed forward through his run. But Dominic's run, 148 days as of today. It's the second longest reign of anybody that's on the roster. Only Obafemi has a longer reign going on right now. But definitely something that's has caught the attention and just showing just how good Dominic is going to be as he continues to get older. So, ladies, I want to hand this one to you. You've seen Dirty Dom go from babyface Dom to now the mustachioed one, and vice versa. He also promoting Wingstop quite nicely.
Yeah, yes.
Will be when we can tear up some Wingstop in this place.
No, we really can.
That's a sponsorship we need.
I'm not gonna lie to you. He's had a beautiful evolution, like from start to finish. And I don't know now. Y'all know I'm a big Ray fan, but he might be the best Mysterio.
Oh my God.
I said he might. I said might. Keywords might be the best Mysterio. And of course, I tear up some wings with him.
Like, yeah, I would.
One of our cats is not blessed at this point because I think he just ripped one as he went by. Disrespectful.
You know, Zane.
Well, you know it is.
Zane,
Wow.
Same rank and foul.
Okay.
yeah.
Don't need all the extra landing. Yeah, now it's starting to carry. So be glad y'all are watching this from the live stream away if we don't have smell-o-vision yet, like they have on Futurama. Yes, thank you. But either way, you know, seeing Dom's evolution has been something that you definitely saw because, you know, he, of course, came in with, you know, the household, you know, Mysterio name, and very similar to that of Charlotte Flair. You know, he had to deal with that stereotype of, you know, having to realize that, you know, you probably got in the door because of your last name, but he has done everything in his power to not only prove the part, but also to play the role as well. And I know when they turned him heel, I'm like, it's going to be hard to convince us to believe he's a believable heel. And he was absolutely one of, if not the best heel on the main roster for quite some time now. It is going to be a great run and champion again sooner rather than later. But our plate exchange with the Intercontinental Championship is complete. Landon's going to bring that around to Miss Kia, who's going to inevitably show those off to everybody so they can see them. We've got 2 more to go. Again, donate, donate, donate. If you don't do it today, although you won't get a shot at the plates and the autographs if you don't, but if you've got an opportunity to do so, thank you so much, Bert, for jumping in here. Fine looking in the middle there, our Otra belt. You know, it travels with us everywhere we go. We appreciate that. And thank you so much to you and the Mania Club admins for giving us this opportunity to be able to do this. Over 2 hours, you know, a lot of folks have come in and watched. I'm hoping we've got some donations. We'll find out some more about that a little bit later. But we've got 2 belts to go. So whoever is up next needs to round the corner, but we're going to get to our main event topics. And we spoke, the ladies spoke about this on there, pour the tea earlier in the stream, and that is our Women's Intercontinental Championship, which is this one up here.
This one's pretty.
Mm-hmm. And we actually put the information up here earlier on accident, but this one hasn't had hasn't much had an opportunity to really shine through a lot of different champions, as there's only been 2 champions up to this point. The first champion was, of course, Lyra Valkyria, who went on to win it on Monday Night Raw and get the opportunity to be declared as the first champion. And she would hold the title for 145 days and did very well, because I think a lot of people speculated that she should not have been the person to be the first Women's Intercontinental, but yet I thought she did a magnificent job, not just of representing the title, but also representing herself. Because I think Lyra, a lot of people felt that maybe she was pushed a little too soon, or that she was a little under. And I think she has shut down those doubters at this stage, that she's here and here to stay. Thank you so much for the heart, Bert. Again, a joy for us to get a chance to do this for Mania Club, and I hope it helps out just a little bit. Again, I mean, obviously I corrected. I hope it helps out a lot. But we're just excited that we get to be a small part of all of this, and also getting the chance to bring our youngins into this and give them an opportunity to show off their cute little faces. You can always catch us on our watch-alongs and our watch parties for an opportunity to be able to do it. Demario says he's throwing a donation in there, so we appreciate it, as we had no doubt that he would help to our cause, as we typically try to do for everyone else as well if possible. But we try to do as much of the T, the M, and the E. But then, of course, after the subsequent victory and breakup of the team of Lyra and Becky, as of course Lyra would hold both that and the women's tag titles for a single day before having Becky turn on her. Inevitably, the storyline at Money in the Bank would lead to Becky Lynch, the man, winning the Women's Intercontinental Championship, much to the chagrin of a lot of people on social media. And there we go. A nice little shout out there from Demario for the remaining about 15, 19 minutes or so, all the way up until we're done, or until the 2:30 mark. He is going to match all donations that is put in, all the way up to $250. So Demario getting an opportunity to throw his name in there. And of course, as we mentioned, it's been going across the bottom the entire time. If you donate any increments of $25 to mcchamps.org, you will enter into a contest to either win some autographed merch or some side plates from our personal collection. So a chance to get your hands on some ones that you can't go on WWE.com and find now. You can't find them, really, period, at this stage. It's an honor and a privilege to be able to hold on to some of these. And, but some of them need some new homes, frankly put. So this one's being a little stubborn.
This
Well,
belt is white and gold, and some of the other one right there looks like that one, just when that one's whiter and the other one's black.
That's right. She knows her colors, ladies and gentlemen, and we couldn't be prouder.
Yay! Ava!
Colors!
I didn't know it.
There we go.
Did it finally work?
Yeah, you got to think this was another one of our belts. We haven't had to do an exchange, so the little rivets, have to, kind of get a breakthrough and everything else, which is probably why I ran into trouble with some of those earlier. But Demario, such a kind gesture from you, and again, that if that opens the door, if that opens the gates for us to inch ever so closer to that goal, because we were just under $3,000 away from our yearly goal, and I'd love to see it accomplished here to finish off September. But definitely a grand opportunity there for us to donate to a worthy cause. But with that, our plate exchange is complete, and arguably one of the more fun plates that we have, and that is Becky Lynch's Held Down by the Man plates. So an opportunity for y'all to see those. I'm going to hand this to Miss Ava here. This will be the last time you'll see her, so everybody say bye to Ava, but you'll see her again for this one. We'll see her again on a future stream. Because this will be this was your last turn before we're done.
I think the fans should be saying,
What?
excuse me.
All right, but either way, a chance for Kia here to show you those. But the Becky Lynch plates have been two of the more fun ones. I didn't know they were going to include the little held down by the man smiley face and whatnot, or whatever you want to call it. But of course, you know, behind every great woman is also a great man, perhaps a visionary, a revolutionary, around Christmas confectionery. Bert says bye. So bye. Well, I think he's saying bye to Ava.
My bad.
But that will be the visionary, the revolutionary at Christmas time, partially confectionery, because we have a gingerbread man that goes on our Christmas tree, so we love to add that in. But this will be our last one of the evening. Anna's going to get the privilege of being the last one to hand us one, and this is the current World Heavyweight Championship, which has been front and center the entire time. So Anna will pop that one out as our last plate for plate exchange for the evening. After this, we will have one more show or one more match to talk about as we go forward. This one's kind of heavy, so I'll help you with this one.
Yay.
This is the heaviest of our bunch. United States is right in there behind it. But you know, definitely one of the more fun ones that we have, and of course, the lineage of this one, you know, is something that is absolutely immaculate. The World Heavyweight Championship, the last time that we showed it on Plate Exchange, you've got to go back to the Ring General Gunther, who won it at SummerSlam last year and would begin what is still to this day the longest World Heavyweight Championship reign of this, at least, model since it went back into existence of 259 days. This is very quickly following his 666th day as Intercontinental Champion. So Gunther definitely showing out as the person who is the best fit for the World Heavyweight Championship. But that would all come to an end on April 19th, as in front of a ruckus crowd in Las Vegas, the Yeet Mania would finally come to fruition, and Gunther would fall to main event Jey Uso to finally get that elusive world championship. Bert saying the current United States Championship is the best looking title in the company. I said what I said. And you know what? It's definitely one of my more fun ones. As the cat finally decides that the cat is going to make an appearance, you knew that. I'm actually surprised. I'm actually surprised we went this long without the cat creating a problem. But you know, only a few minutes left. But hey, this is what happens when you do things live, and the cats are like, "Okay, can you pay attention to us now, please? Are y'all done?"
No, we weren't.
No, we're not done. But we'll put these in here as the Gunther plates that were previously on our plates or on our belt is the ones that we are taking off. We had the Jey Uso plates for both the Intercontinental and for the World Heavyweight, and we do still have those in our possession, but not able to put those on any today. But it is going to be the visionary, the revolutionary Seth Rollins going on here. I put that right in the glare. Poking, of course, some fun at CM Punk along the way, as inevitably after Jey Uso would lose the title back to Gunther on Monday Night Raw, Gunther would hold the title all the way until he would lose it to CM Punk at Night 1, but in SummerSlam of this year, but of course would lead to Heist of the Century Part 2, I guess, as Seth Rollins would come back and would show that, oh, no, my little leg injury, no, I wasn't really injured. I was perfectly okay, and would cash in on CM Punk just minutes after he would win it, 5 minutes and 10 seconds to be specific, as I even put that on the little notes here, before Seth Rollins would end up dethroning CM Punk in his first World Heavyweight title run, and the visionary of the vision would finally get to start showing off, you know, what he believed was the power that the vision was able to show.
Y'all all know no matter. We know Seth. We should know Seth, and we know that if he's gonna do anything, he's gonna win him some titles. Hurt leg, not hurt leg, torn ACL, MCL, meniscus tear. If that man's trying to go for gold, it ain't gonna matter what is going on with him or his body or anything around him. He's going to win. And the fact that he came back and played, oh my gosh, I'm hurt, and then put a smile on his face and dropped the crutches. Oh.
What a moment. That crowd went ballistic in New York or Jersey or whatever I guess it's defined as. Not one place remotely livable.
I couldn't do nothing but laugh. I already knew what was coming.
Because why would he come out in the crutches and what? And also you're sitting here thinking like, is he so, pissed off at CM Punk that he would basically burn his cash in just to make sure that Punk does not walk out as champion? Like, is it this petty?
Yes.
But in the end, it was Seth freaking Rollins. So of course it was that petty. So inevitably we had to have it. And of course, the moment he dropped those crutches, not only did we get arguably one of the best GIFs and the best memes that we can use now in future, when the moment I finished telling my boss that, I'm sick with the flu and the phone hangs up and he just drops the crutches and everything else.
Let's not forget to the little ones in the house. When they saw that, boy, when I said you thought it was a ruckus crowd over there in Jersey and New York, it was a ruckus crowd here. Anna, Ava, Addison, very upset about this little cash in. And I wish we could actually figure out how to play the video to show how upset they were.
Hey, join our watch parties. You can see our reactions every time we do it.
The words they had were
very upset.
They were
Very upset. But either way, Seth, of course, this is the second time he's been world heavyweight champion at this point. So, he's been the only, him and Gunther, the only people who have won it twice, but our Seth Rollins plates in what is, I guess, our plate exchange main event. Please be careful. 2 hands, please, on that, and give that to Miss Kia so we can show off the last set of plates that we have, and that is the updated Seth Rollins plates. And with that, we are going to head to the tail end portion of our stream here. Again, everybody that's been involved, Bert, Ashante, Demario, everybody that has been a part of showing up here, putting in comments. Hopefully, it's gotten lots of donations. I see thumbs up. I see hearts. People who have stuck with us all the way through. We appreciated it, every bit of this, because we know how important this fight is when it comes to not just Champions of Hope, but our initial fight with Connor's Cure. We've had the thing out there the entire time. It's amazing to be a part of this group. Just before we get to our last selection, I just want to open the floor to our girls here to let them have a chance to say, like, hey, how do you just talk about being members of Mania Club and what this has meant to us?
First of all, first and foremost, when it first got started, I don't think we really knew how big it was going to be or what it was going to be.
I can't imagine anyone did.
And you remember the first time me and you passed it. It's like, oh, wow, that's a lot going on. That's a party over there. And then I remember Stephanie, our good friend Stephanie, or we call her Road Mom.
Road Mom. Hey, Steph.
She's like, hey, yeah, why don't y'all come with me to like the Mania Club party? And then we went and we saw it, and they embraced everyone. Didn't matter who you were or what you were doing or what you had going on. They embraced everybody. And I don't know how much more you can really say besides we love you, we thank you. Y'all do like the utmost, and it's probably the best utmost you could do. Alyssa?
I was going to say, this is one group where, again, I didn't realize it was that deep. Like, I didn't realize, because when I got started, they were already members. So I was like, okay. But then I really started seeing, like, what the group really does and how they go out and impact the communities. And, like, y'all were on TV. Like, it's insane. Like,
they were on Sports Center.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all are on Sports Center. It's like, it doesn't get better than that. So It's like, golly, I'm just happy to be a part of it. Just happy to be involved.
Right,
you know?
right.
Trying to do my part. Everybody do their
Well,
part.
you know, and we mentioned
Right, right.
earlier about how, you know, it began with just a handful of guys, you know, in a parking lot, you know, just sitting at WrestleMania, you know, and having an opportunity to just grill out, share a couple of adult beverages, and, you know, and it has evolved into a community of 200,000 people that want to be a part of this community and want to use our platform for change. It was because of this that, Kia, you and I started this over 6 years ago. Alyssa has been a wonderful addition to this since joining our home. We now have even more Otras living among us here that you've gotten a chance to meet here tonight.
Hi, tiny people.
You know, and it's wonderful to get noticed, you know, by people like Bert's comment down here, you know, telling us without folks like you or nothing. But without folks like you, we can't do what we do. And it is wonderful to see the entire Mania Club community, almost like our own family, rises
That's what I'm
together
saying.
to donate, to be something that's so amazing to this.
Also, first of all, you know me, I love food. So when I heard there was food and there was alcohol and there was going to be wrestling chatter, I was there. Thank you very much. And then to see the cosplays too, and how hype y'all get about the cosplays and all the wrestlers that roll through. It's great. So thank you. Thank y'all.
And embracing, you know, the uniqueness of the, you know, the community that we have here, you know, within our home. But you also see that it's something that has gone now worldwide. We've met people from all over the world. Some of our best friends live in the UK. We have friends from Australia. We have friends from India, Ireland, just people we talk to on a regular basis. And opportunities for them to be able to one day, you know, meet our youngins and everybody else, meet Alyssa. And for people like we mentioned earlier, like Krista B, Patricia, Wheezy, Minnie, Portable, Santi, all of them, you know, they are what give us the motivation to do stuff like this. So thank you guys for always being an inspiration. And then Teresa tonight, I mean,
the community is amazing. I think it's beyond amazing what you can accomplish when you put your mind to it, and how many people can join when they all have the same collective, let's go through and let's do this. So for me, I think it's a great thing.
Demario saying thank you for being our champions. Means so much that you guys wave the flag for us. Good people make all the difference. Never forget that even the smallest act of good can change the world. It's more than just donations. You guys put so much energy into this. It's so inspiring. So that right there makes every minute we prepared for this worthwhile. It makes every bit of this worth it, that we could be even just a small part of all of this. So thank you for the opportunity for us to represent the club tonight, and look forward to, I guess, a couple of months from now, hopefully we'll be rejoining you guys for our Otra Awards, you know, for the third straight year.
Right.
But let's move on to our last one before we get a little more sappy, and we do want to wrap this up here. Remember, Demario's matching all donations for the next 4 minutes, next 4 minutes or so. But we are moving into our last one, and that is the main event of WrestlePalooza, as was announced on ESPN a couple of days ago. It will be John Cena fighting what most people believe to be his third to final match of his career, down to, I believe, 5 appearances now, as he will renew his rivalry one last time with the Beast, Brock Lesnar. The rivalries between the two have been epic and legendary. They started in FCW together. They've risen up together, but their paths have taken complete polar turns. Brock was supposed to be the next big thing, and he was for a little while, but then when he decided that he needed to leave to go try UFC and try some other things, it was Cena that took the reins, and then Brock has come back on multiple occasions and has said, hey, look, I'm still here, so we want things to ultimately get handled. But we will move into here to our stream here, and we appreciate everything that y'all have
you want Ron
done,
Jr. to
but
help him win?
Ron Cena, there you go. Cena's little brother to win. Alyssa, you're up first on this one for our last pick of the round. I am going to put the link down below if you want to throw your vote in for the Otras. And again, remember, Demario's matching all donations until we're wrapping up here in a couple of minutes.
I mean, this is a head and heart pick. Anytime I've seen Brock battle, maybe minus one time, it was when he was going against, I think it was, who was it? Was it Omos?
Omos.
Yeah.
Oh, Glassjaw.
Yeah. Anytime I've seen him, he just runs through everybody. I want Cena to win, but I think if I'm going with my brand, I think Brock's going to win. So Brock's
Interesting.
gonna be much
Well,
better.
interesting play here because Cena is trying to become only the second person in WWE history to make it to 100 PLE wins. He has 99 at the moment, and he probably only has this and I guess Crown Jewel in Perth and War Games as his remaining PLE. So he's got 3 opportunities, assuming he has a match at each, to get 1 win. Does it happen against Brock? We'll see. Kia, who you got?
Y'all know I ride with Cena, even when he was a heel, face, whatever, from day one. So my heart and my head is going with Cena. Now I feel like this match is the only reason that Brock's getting to have a match is because Cena's requested, is why I'm okay with it right now. But if it was any other person, I wouldn't be okay with it. Cena.
And I got to go John Cena as well. I think this is one where I think it's not going to be like SummerSlam of 15, where Brock just took him to the woodshed for a while. But I think Cena's got something to prove, and they want to have one last banger together. I don't know if we'll get the whole Lesnar Rhodes handshake hug type of thing that we're going to get at the end. But this is one who as folks who have watched this rivalry all the way through, it's great that we're going to get to see it one more time. No matter whether you root for the guy, whether you like the guy, whether you don't, we're going to get a chance to see it one more time. But it's another one of those where, you feel your childhood kind of slipping away from you a little bit. But I'm going to go John Cena.
And we all know who Lane's going to pick. It's just blatantly, obviously. Lane,
go ahead.
Who are you picking?
You already know who I'm picking, and it's the man, the myth, the legend, soon to be 18-time world champion John Cena.
Oh, he's going to get one more before he's done?
I know that's right.
Landon was the one that said he was going to turn face and did.
That's why it was the SummerSlam of 14 that Brock defeated Cena.
Oh, well, my apologies then. I did so.
You good.
Couple last comments there. Teresa going, heck yeah, Ron Cena.
Woo!
Gary jumping in here, joining in late, but I've heard great things of Gary. Again, for you and the entire crew that's out there, it's y'all giving us a chance to have this opportunity tonight. I know we went overboard a little bit in terms of time, but we tried to move as quick as we could, but also tried to put our best foot forward and everything else. Burke says, screw job finish to possibly set up Brock's next feud. Definitely interested to see how that's going to pan itself, but I wouldn't be surprised, especially if you want to see Cena win his last one without making Brock look weak along the way. But I think as the saying goes, I think that's all she wrote. 2.5 hours. But I hope that everyone that had an opportunity to be a part of this, saw the joy and had as much fun as we did. It's so good to bring all 3 of our shows back into the fold again. And going to continue to keep bringing them in on a regular basis. May not necessarily be on Mania Club's page, but we will have an opportunity to be able to continue to show out. We are going to have a watch party, so come sit metaphorically in our living room and join us for WrestlePalooza this upcoming Saturday to see if we get it right or didn't get it right. As we have stated for over 2.5 hours, if you donated, we're going to collect all that information at some point tomorrow. I will find a way to officially put out the drawing, do some kind of video or something to where we can see who all's getting stuff and see what prizes are available for everybody. But we know we're giving out side plates from our personal collection, as well as some signed autographs being contributed by DeMario and the Mania Club. Exactly. Teresa, I know you've jumped in. Party watch along thread sounds like a great combo. It's wonderful stuff. So, a chance, and we do it more of a family-based environment. So a chance to, yep. One more shout out for Kendra. So let me throw that back up here one more time, because we did, love what she is presenting towards our group here as well. But one more shout out for Kendra and what she's doing. A give back JZJOQ 20% heading towards Mania Club's Fight in Champions Month. So pick yourself out some shiny bling, if you will, and also contribute to a wonderful cause. Kendra Scott, wonderful for you to do that. And thank you for giving us the opportunity to be able to promote your stuff. And there's other fun things that we can do. DeMario, we need you to put back out that one about the Krispy Kreme donuts. Mr. Steve's got to throw some things there. I'm seeing all of a sudden kids that look tired that now they're interested again. when I heard Krispy Kreme. But you know, I got some things on here. Kendra Scott has stores all over the country and a full store online. So no matter where you're at, you know, you have the opportunity to be able to be a part of all of that. So leaving that code up there for just another minute or so to give everybody a chance. But from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for this opportunity and to bring in something. Or here, Demario says donuts still active until the end of the month. So me and you will have a chat at some point here in the coming days to load up some more coupons because kind of burned through all those ones you did last time. I don't know where they went. We're not gonna discuss that. But now I have hungry people to be a part of. But Alyssa, Kia, I'm gonna leave the last bit to you because I've done most of the talking tonight. Just final thoughts on all of this.
Well, this is the first of hopefully many. I enjoyed it. It was fun for us to do. We got to bring back again all 3 shows. We got to actually do a pour the tea, which we hadn't done in a long time. So that was great to actually sit down and do that with Alyssa over a topic that was enjoyable. Alyssa?
I mean, y'all are saying everything I need to say. I'm looking forward to WrestlePalooza and what I'm looking forward to seeing AJ take that Becky Lynch behind him.
First match in
Right, girl.
close to
Ooh, I'm
12
excited.
years. We're definitely excited. But suffice to say, let's go. Trey.
Right.
Come on, Drew.
I
But,
picked against Cody. Come on, we gotta get this.
On behalf of On the Ring Apron and our subsidiary shows, and of course a big shout out one last time to Mania Club for letting us be a part of all of this. And you know, keep donating. The call, no matter 10 cents, $10, $10,000, it all adds up after a while. And if you can't donate money, you've got the T and the E, the time and the energy. Find ways to be a part of all of this. So thank you so much.
Thank you to Anna, Ava, Addison, and Landon for joining us. Hopefully it'll be again one of many. And yeah.
And Alyssa, now you get your speech to take us home.
Okay, bye.
Thank you guys. See you on September 29th.